Who gets hotter than hot cock?
Yeah, don't adjust your eyes, fellas. Pharaohs. It's Hugin cough cough. Yes, I'm in a frog suit. No, you cannot pull this off. Let's get it down.
Okay, let's go.
To the park, green fleece on my back, Velcro under the chin. Yeah, I'm carrying the track. Right, please slow. Tail wagging to the snare. All the alphas looking mad, but I really do not care. See a Doberman flexing, trying to guard his little click. I just hop over a puddle, leave him looking mighty sick. You a basic brown mutt. I'm a neon amphibian, stepping in the dog club, changing the meridian. Your bark is kind of loud, but your bite is just a joke. I don't even got a growl. I just hit him with the croak.
That's my voice. That's why.
Hop, 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 make way for Hugin. Green suit on, yeah, I'm wildin', I'm proving. Your boy's looking tragic, my swagger is magic. I'm taking your bitches, it's honestly classic. Yeah, I said it, the fattest got to hear me, God. Leave your boys, cause at least got them living large. Yeah, walk past the water bowl, give a little wink. Got a poodle and a bug, both offering a drink. Your boyfriends are sniffing each other's jump out of tree trunk. These bitches want a prince, well I'm the green prince of funk. Got a Frenchie on my left, got a husky on my right. I'm looking so fly, I'm looking out of sight. I'm a cold-blooded killer in a warm-blooded body, rolling through the dog park, turning it into a party. Y'all are chasing tennis balls, I'm chasing finer things like a reservation for two, fit for a frog king. Pop, 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 make way for Hugin. Green suit on, yeah, I'm wildin', I'm proving. Your boy's looking tragic, my swagger is magic. I'm taking your bitches, it's honestly classic. Yeah, son, it, the fattest fits in them, y'all. Be the horns on the lease, got him from the yards. I wanna mention Marcus, cause he's on this track. I'm flying, I'm floating like Shaq. I know for a fact I'm not on Epstein's list. I got my own feel with the bitches I kiss. I ain't got ticks, my DJ's beat matching. I ain't got fleas, that's my DJ that's scratching. I got mojo, I got swagger, I strut right past you, dog. You just a silly mutt. Bitches be thirsty, I'm a man's nightmare. The Dow was at 50, so I don't care.
I don't remember signing on to this. I was once inside Hugin until Dad gave him his heart on
Make way for Hugin. Green suit on, yeah, I'm wildin', I'm proving. Your boy's looking tragic, my swagger is magic. I'm taking your bitches, it's honestly classic. Yeah, study, defy the future limit line. Me the boy, you're the least, let him live it large. Yeah. Shout out to Dad in the Pharaoh chat. Ernie, Birdie, Mitty, Claudia, Tiff, Darlene. Wish I could fit everyone into this song. Yeah, Amra, Tish, Toms, Steven, Satan, damn it, Kevin, you wrong. Ladies, you don't gotta get all bent. Cougar's more fresh than 50 Cent. You might not think he's cool, you might not think he's nifty, but Hugin don't count. So Down Jones at 50, we out.
He said it, we out.
Heavenly Father, we thank you tonight for all your blessings.
Bow your heads in prayer. Don't be a heathen. Bow your head. Even if it's to Satan, just do that. Do it for Dad. Hey, listen, bow your head. And I see you, I feel you, I hear your cries about the weather. I will talk to Hugin. I will see if he can figure something out. Maybe he can stop all of the floods and hurricanes. I don't know. It depends on his mood. You know? I know it's cold, but Hugin's heart is cold. His blood runs cold. He's amphibious. He's basically Mudang. Okay? So I'll talk to him about the weather. He's trying his best. It is fucking cold here. It's in its 40s now. It's like the weather is its own entity. It's in the 40s. Why do I look like a fucking ghost? Why do I look like I've been touched by an angel? What is going on here? Hold on. I had to update my StreamYard situation on my desktop, and now everything looks weird. Oh, it's because filter was on, filtration was on. It was making me glow. I didn't like it. I don't like glowing. I'm not a cigarette. How are you guys doing today? Why do I still look pale? Oh, this is just how I look. Okay. Listen, it's cold here. It's freezing, but the dark casinos are cold too, and they're going well. I'm going to apologize up front for two things. Number one, I scheduled this yesterday, okay? But then yesterday I got very sickly. The allergies have been unacceptable. It got cold and I couldn't breathe. I couldn't spit out of my eyes and I couldn't hear out of my mouth. I couldn't do nothing right. All right? And I was very tired and I had a lot of work shit. So I said, I can't do it tonight. I have to reschedule. So we're doing it tonight. And it's the next step in the Epstein. And I know some of you may be going, but didn't we do part 13 2 episodes ago? Well, yes, but we didn't actually do it because I got distracted and we started watching a bunch of select board and city council meetings. And a guy who said he was a teacher who dressed like a rat who offended everyone. My ADD-HDD is killing me today. My LBGTQ-HDTV. I did prank you. I pranked you even, and it's not April. That's true. I apologize. Another question, Praxis. I didn't even get your first one. What is it? So we're going to be doing this, but here's the other thing. So I apologize for having to push it. A revenue stream. Oh, no. Anytime you see revenue involved, it means they're trying to take something from you too, whether it's your data or your fucking creativity or your ability to say words like the C word. Got to be careful with that. What is it? Is it a predatory loan? I'll take it. Listen, I have another thing to apologize for. Here's the other thing. I will likely be an extra ball of sass, okay, over the next couple of weeks because of politics. I've been getting very into it again. And this is a side of me that you guys maybe have not seen, or a side of me that I swore off, or a side of me that I've tried to mute because I know how I can get. Think of Sarah Huckabee Sanders, but think of if she was kind of liberal. That's how bad I get. It's bad. I will absolutely spar with people. And I get really another thing I'm very into, the history of the presidents. I like history. And I really, really like pop culture. Let's just say that, like pop culture history. Dream is to be on one of those quiz shows where they ask you questions about it. That's not Jeopardy. So I've been indulging on my free time, or when I am doing chores around the house, or when I'm zoned out at work. If it's one of those things where I have to wait for a ticket to pop up, then I'm just sitting here. And what have I been indulging in? Well, politics, a lot of it, old shit. I'm talking Iran-Contra. Okay, I've been getting balls deep in Iran-Contra again. All right, I say again because this has happened before. I have been pretty obsessed over the Roy Cohn story. Okay, if you don't know who Roy Cohn is, he was Trump's buddy. He was his bestie for a long time. He's a lawyer from New York who's a gay man. He's a fabulous gay lawyer who was very eccentric, but hardcore Republican. Like he was basically he was one of Roger Stone's fucking piss buddies, you know? And Cohn knew all the celebrities because even though he was a gay conservative lawyer, okay, he still liked to party. And he went to a club called Studio 54 a lot. All right. And he would go to this club and he loved money. He loved money, like fucking loved it. He dealt with all the people, the Rothschilds, all these different people. And anyway, Cohn makes all this money by basically stealing from his clients. He did the one thing that really 100% will get you disbarred, which is defrauding your clients. And he did it all the time. And that's how he made his money. And he was basically like if Epstein were gay, kind of, but he didn't have the whole sex trafficking thing. Instead, his thing was stealing and money laundering. So he had the in with all the celebrities. He represented all the politicians. And when Trump was coming up, okay, And he's trying, yeah, where's my Roy Cohn? That's what Trump said. He said that recently. Where's my Roy Cohn? Like, where's my guy who's going to be on my ass no matter what? Here's how their relationship started. And then I'll get on with, kind of obsessed with the whole biography, the creation of all of this that we're suffering from today, which I kind of blame Roy. I kind of blame Roy Cohn and Roger Stone and all their fucking butt buddies. But anyway, Roy was introduced to Trump and he said, wow, you've got a lot of money. You can be my new bestie. And Trump liked a lot of lavish women who were models who hung out with Roy. And Roy said, you can't get into Studio 54. Let me get you in. And he got him in. And Trump told him, if you can do that, I'll give you anything. And Roy said, anything? And he's like, anything. And then Roy said, like, the biggest thing that you can give me is your loyalty. Always be loyal to me. Which is kind of funny because the amount of clips I've found of Trump talking about loyalty, how like that's the biggest thing. And he became Trump's mentor in New York, introduced him to fucking everyone he knows. And when he was failing in his casinos and his 3 other best friends died in a helicopter crash, and then Trump later on blamed them for the failure of his Taj Mahal casino when all that was going on, and he was on his second divorce because his first divorce, the whole reason that even happened is because he brought Marla Maples with him and Ivana and all the kids. He brought them to Aspen all together, his mistress and his wife and kids. And then in some diner, I think it was called Dottie's or Bonnie's, fucking Marla Maples goes up to Ivana in front of the kids, in front of Trump, and says, I want your husband, give him to me. And then like, basically they get in a fight. And that is how she found out that her husband was cheating on her. And to this day, she won't say Marla Maples' name. She hates her. And when all that shit is happening and his world is crumbling, Roy Cohn decides to go and die of AIDS. And the last year he was alive, Trump's best friend, who was dying of AIDS, was totally ignored by Trump. Openly ignored by him. And it made him furious. It made Roy furious. Because as this was also happening, Roy was in the media lying about dying about AIDS. And then simultaneously getting pissed off, saying things like, it's like a funeral, but you see who's at it and who isn't. Like, that was like one of the infamous things he would say. But as this was happening, he was also losing in the courts and getting ran through the ringer for the fraud finally. And the IRS came after him. And he gets found guilty, and they take everything. They take all his assets, but then he dies. And this was in like 86, 87, something around there. And the year that he died, he had his last birthday party. And his birthday party, he was turning like 54, 56 or something. He was not that old. And Trump is the only person who didn't show up. In fact, the only time Trump saw him before he died that last year, he gave him one gift. And he said, this is for a lifetime of loyalty. And he always said it's because he didn't want anyone to see him sick. He desperately wanted to see his friends. But Trump said otherwise. He doesn't give a fuck how good of a person you were. He'll lie on you once you die. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He'll make shit up. So before their final detente, if you will, before Roy's birthday that Trump didn't show up to, Trump gives him this box, and in the box is some cufflinks, okay? And they're like diamond and gold cufflinks. He gives them to him, and he says, this is for a lifetime of loyalty, buddy. Thanks for always being a friend. Thanks for creating me. Without you, there would be no Trump. And Roy was so fucking flattered by this gift, right? Excuse me, my eyes are watering because of allergies, not because I'm crying over Roy Cohn. Roy Cohn. That would be crazy. That guy is a monster. But anyway. But no one deserves to die of AIDS. It's very sad. But Roy Cohn is he's so like, oh my God, Trump, like he was obsessed with Trump. He loved him. He was like his bestie. And Roy Cohn pulls out the box of the cufflinks, and one of the last pictures he took was him holding the box with the cufflinks in it, just beaming. And this is after Trump doesn't show up to his birthday, talks shit about him in the media, and just totally ignores him as he fucking withers away from AIDS. And he dies. And his partner, I think his name was Steven or Patrick, I don't remember his name, but this guy who handles his estate, who was his partner, when he dies, he has to give everything over to the SEC and to the courts and the victims who were defrauded by Roy Cohn. He fucking stole so much money. And, one of the things that they were going to get appraised to try to settle these debts was the cufflinks. The very cufflinks that were given to Roy Cohn by his best friend for a lifetime of loyalty. And what happens when they appraise these cufflinks? Can anybody guess? Hi, Dick's gun. Guess what the appraisal rate was, or what happened when they took those cufflinks to Trax NYC. Just kidding. But when they took them to get appraised. Lifelong friend. You created me, Roy. That's right. Cubic zirconia. Fake, 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 fake. That's crazy, right? Insane. But that wasn't the only time that happened. There were women in the past who said he gave me a ring. Fake. I believe he even gave Epstein a gift that was fake. Everybody got fake shit from him. So, with that said, because I was going back in the past and I'm looking through all of this stuff and I'm just kind of diving into the research, and I go, wonder if any of this stuff is in the Epstein files. Because think about it. Epstein was friends with Trump mostly in like the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. He was friends with Clinton up to 98, 99, something like that. But he stayed friends with Trump until 2005 from the early 80s. He knew Cohn. He was very close to them. In fact, Roy Cohn was also obviously Trump's lawyer. He was his lawyer. But I thought, I wonder if any of this is in the files. And here's another interesting thing. While I was researching this, I found some clips, and I might show them to you in a little bit. One of them's so wild. It's Trump saying the exact same thing about Roy Cohn that he said about Epstein. I barely knew the guy, like literally word for word. And so I'm watching this biography on Trump, and he says it again. And then the guy on screen, who's like this fucking journalist who interviewed him once, pops up and says, this is Trump's playbook. This is what he does. Anytime he wants to separate himself from controversy or something bad happens, it's never just, I knew the guy and we parted ways, or I knew the guy and I didn't like him, or, yeah, we used to be friends, but we're not. It's always, I barely knew the guy. And he said it about Cohn, and it's the exact same quote about Epstein. And then he said it again in the biography about Steve, one of the guys who fucking, he claims fucked up his casino. Keep in mind, these are three of the leaders of casinos in all of Atlantic City. They're being told to rush this Taj Mahal project. Trump is 5 times bankrupt. And because he's rushing them, they have to take helicopters everywhere. The helicopter crashes, dies. It does a full-blown Kobe. No one expects it. Everyone's sad. And he's so pissed off when the creditors come asking for their money. He does this interview on TV where he blames his dead best friends for the failure of his casinos. It's insane. But so I started looking up some stuff in the Epstein files, and that's why tonight we're going to go over some weird stuff, and we're going to be talking a lot about presidents. We're going to be talking about Trump mainly tonight. The next time we're going to be doing Bill Clinton, because he has also said and done some fucked up things that I started going through because of Stevie. Stevie was like, I was like, okay, I want to be fair. And to be fair, when I went through for Hillary, at least, I haven't finished Bill. He's in there a lot, so give me time. But with Hillary, I already finished. Like, she never once met him. She never spoke to him, and I'll stand by that to that day. Like, she didn't fucking do anything wrong with the Epstein investigation at all. With her husband, there's a lot of similar things he's saying, exactly like what I just said about Trump, that he's repeating from the past. that not only does he repeat now, like literally last week, he put out a statement where he repeats shit from the past, but in the files. And what's interesting is these things he's repeating, or they're referenced in there in the files. The things that he's repeating are actually, and this is what's wild, the exact same shit he said about Paula Flowers, Monica Lewinsky, a bunch of women from the past who accused him. And he ended up lying through his butthole there. He literally lied in his deposition, just like Trump does. So both of these motherfuckers lie, okay? And now this piece of shit, which breaks my heart, Bill Clinton, is repeating shit he said about Monica and the way they demonized Monica and threw her under the bus for all of his misgivings, everything he did wrong. And what he did to poor Paula was horrible. But he's repeating the exact same things. And it's like, holy shit. I really did think this sounds familiar. But there's no way I could have retained this in my subconscious as a 10-year-old. Well, turns out I did, because fucking the exact same things. I was able to find it. I was like, wow. So anyway, I start looking for things in the files that have to do with this old school shit. I even typed in Roy Cohn, and Roy Cohn's in the files. They reference him quite a bit. But also something interesting that blew my mind. I'll show you in a minute, but it'll be one of the first things I show you. Trump says something in the Epstein files, according to someone else. So do you remember the email where someone is talking to Epstein about, I'll never forget the night he met Melania, and they said that he came out of the room after being in bed with her and said, wow, that's a hot piece of ass. And he says it to Epstein in an email. Well, in my searches and in my deep dives and my rabbit holes, Trump said that a lot, actually. In fact, in an interview, he makes a comment about how women are just a hot piece of, you might, just because you leave your wife for a hot piece of ass on the fuck plane. And while I'm looking through that, I found what I think might be, for him anyway, the worst Epstein file for Trump that the DOJ forgot to redact. Because there's no way they either put it in there on purpose to fuck him, or they forgot about it. But when I found this, I was like, holy shit, I have yet to see anybody bring this up. This is a problem. And it's between two analysts. I believe one might be with the Sex Crimes Division. And they talk about how he lied to the American public. Actually, I think it's a U.S. state attorney or district attorney, that an analyst had forwarded them something, and then they sent it to the new attorney. And I looked up who it would be, because this was January 2020. It was when they were transitioning, into the Biden administration. And it's basically this person saying, hey, by the way, just so you know, just wanted to give you a heads up. Trump did lie about how many times he's been on Epstein's plane. We found quite a few more, and here they are. All right, bye. And they're like, thanks for letting me know. And they name where and when and what date. And I'm just like, what? Yikes. So with that said, Jeffrey Epstein has an obsession with Monica Lewinsky. And we're going to talk about that tonight. All that to tell you, this is how because some of you may be it's the first, 24 minutes have been an insane rant, 20 minutes, all to get to this point. Jeffrey Epstein is obsessed with Monica Lewinsky. He wants to date her. He wants to meet her. And he makes that very clear in emails. Like, is Monica going to be there? Can we get Monica there? Can we get Monica Lewinsky as a guest? So much so that his attorney, and also the guy who sent him the torture video, and also a fucking Saudi royal family member, are constantly making jokes to him about Monica Lewinsky. And how can we get Monica there? And as I'm reading through that, I noticed something. It's another email that we're going to look at, and it has to do with revenge. And it seems to be that for some reason, Jeffrey Epstein may have, my interpretation of it based on the context, may have wanted to get revenge on Bill Clinton for something. And then I started thinking about the Monica comments. And then I wonder how they found out about Monica. And I went back and watched. And it started with Kenneth Starr and a thing called Whitewater. It was a whole fraudulent loan investigation that ended up with a bunch of busybodies around the White House who were into gossip, talking to a woman named Linda Tripp, who knew everybody and who was fucking. And it just became this little gossip circle. And what's interesting is there are direct connections to that gossip circle between some of Jeffrey Epstein's friends and Trump's friends and Clinton's friends from back then to these people who eventually went on to squeal on Bill and Monica. And then I thought about the revenge comments, and then I thought about always wanting to meet Monica. And then it occurred to me, I wonder if Monica Lewinsky in that whole situation with Ken Starr could have been a blackmail arranged by Epstein. Now, that is a crazy conspiracy theory. I will admit that. But it's interesting the references that are made in these emails without perfect context. And when you think of how they would apply to what we know historically of the situation, it's just very strange. And I'm trying to figure it out, if that is a thing that may or may not have gone on here. But I did find a clip of Trump calling women a piece of ass repeatedly. And I think it's weird how in that email, someone is reflecting to Epstein about how Trump called Melania a piece of ass. Just patterns repeat themselves, just a thought. So tonight we're going to be looking at a lot of weird shit like that. Okay? And we're going to focus on the Clintons more next time. But I want to introduce you to the whole situation with Epstein's control over presidents. And not just presidents, but people surrounding those presidents at one point or another. And people who partied with them back in the day and knew their goings on. And all of the fraud that came out later, and the pyramid schemes, and the people who backstabbed each other, and kind of putting it all together in context to see if maybe Epstein's been meddling for a lot longer than we thought. I don't know. She did not save it as a trophy. She did not. She saved it because Linda Tripp told her over a phone call when she was friends with her and she was getting advice because she was heartbroken. And she told her, she said straight up, she's like, I wore that dress all night afterwards and no one told me there was anything on it. You didn't tell, like, she was crying. She was so upset. She's like, I can't believe nobody told me. And then she's like, girl, that's disgusting. You need to keep that dress and do not wash it. And then Monica went, what? Because Linda is her older, well-known friend who gives her all of her advice and she takes it because Linda has made it in DC and knows what it takes. She said, don't wash it. And then Monica said, but why? And she goes, you're going to need that. That's your reassurance. Like, there's a phone call. You can listen to it right now on YouTube. She tells her straight up. She's like, you need to keep that. And Monica says, why? And she says, because you never fucking know. She already knew that Monica was sleeping or had slept with the president. She's like, if they try to destroy you one day, you need to have that. That is your insurance. And then Monica literally tells her what you just said, Laura. Basically, she's like, who the fuck would keep a cum-stained dress? What am I going to do? Keep a cum-stained dress for a decade? That sounds crazy, Linda. Like, ew. Like, why would I do that? And then Linda goes, give it to me. I'll fucking keep it. Holy shit. She's like, I am serious when I tell you. Like, so when I look at it in that context, it's like, holy shit, this woman was like, keep in mind the entire time Linda's saying this to her, like, how do we have it on record? Because Linda was recording her. She was doing all this shit for Kenneth Starr. Well, come on, everybody. Look, she's in her 20s. She didn't have a father figure. She was the fat girl who never had a boyfriend. Yeah, she might let someone stick a foreign object inside of her at one point or another in her experimentation stages outside of college. Sure, I can absolutely see that happening. There's bitches on OnlyFans right now who are putting cucumbers inside of them and farting on cakes, Laura. Like, come on. We can't judge her. Now, what I would judge her for is stop fucking married men, because that was like her second or third. But at the same time, she had to go to therapy and figure that out. I've watched a lot of Monica stuff, okay? But I will say this. I agree. Evil stepmother figure. That bitch, Linda Tripp is a trip. She's wild. She's conniving and scary, dude. She's very scary. But at the same time, had she not done what she did, if you think about it, then Paula Flowers wouldn't have gotten her day in court, really. I mean, she might have, but they probably wouldn't have taken it as seriously. And then there was the other woman that Clinton harassed before that, and he had to admit to it, and he admitted to that one under oath. All these people are pieces of shit. Is she? She's at the old cunty buffet in the sky. You remember that, Darlene? You remember that? But you were busy saving lives. How do you remember that? I had a wayward husband. Around that time, I was discussing that people were so vile to Monica. I never blamed the other woman. Good. I think that a lot of people forget what it's like to be a girl in your 20s, but a lot of people also don't know what it's like to be in her position. A lot of people saw her as she's a Beverly Hills rich kid. Sure, that doesn't fill in the lack of dad and the feelings that she had and she was a fat girl in Beverly Hills. That is like the worst thing you can be in Beverly Hills. Trust me, I walked around Beverly Hills. It's not fun. You're literally your moodang. Like, people come up to you and go, your skin is so beautiful, because they cannot find any other thing to compliment you about. If they compliment you, usually they won't. Having money doesn't fix that shit, you know? Dude, I kissed the TV. I was that generation, and I was 10. Disgusting. Disgusting of me. But yeah, I mean, I was a fat kid with no dad until I was 14 and got my stepdad. Leveled up. One dad. Hit 25. 2 dads. Okay? Now I am a dad. What the fuck? No dads to 2 dads plus I'm the dad? That's crazy. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Sarah Shakanhara. So Monica got a lot of shit for that. But I just find it so weird how obsessed with her Jeffrey is. There's some references. We're going to start out watching funny videos, of course, because we have to. We got to get in the mood, because Gal by Gal West is a real bummer. Okay? But the Marla Maples fight in Aspen versus Ivana Trump, the two of those hoes going at it, that is a crazy. We could do a whole 3-episode series on that. The people were there. They witnessed it. They were calling their friends back in New York going, holy shit, get to Aspen. There's a fight in this cafe. It's crazy. Okay, so in the spirit of that, I'm also going to show you some things after we watch some videos. After we watch some videos, we are going to go over presidential doodles. I brought this up before. I've maybe showed you 1 or 2. Tonight, we're going to look at a bunch of them. All right, I'm going to show you some of my favorites. We're kind of psychoanalyzing the presidents before we see their dirty goings on in the emails of Mr. Epstein. And then we're going to look at emails. So that's the plan tonight. Okay. And also, today or yesterday was Kitten's birthday. Happy birthday to Kittens. Okay. I went looking for the bird mask. I don't know where it is. I rearranged my office. As you can see, I put Hugin and Prince Andrew in it. And I had to make room for them. And so when I find the bird mask, maybe I'll do a whole episode in it. We'll see. Thank you for being a member for 17 months. Lord J. Riker. Thank you for saving Hugins. Thank you for being you. Your daughter is so talented, by the way. She sends me, you sent me a picture a while back, and I'm sorry. I'm so bad at checking text and emails, but I saw it. It's incredible. But that link was insane. I had to scroll for 4 fucking miles to get the whole link in, but it's fine. Your daughter's very talented. Please accept my hall pass for tardiness. I was finishing my book, making sure I remember how to read. Always choose books over this shit. Okay? You can come back to this shit. Books they're trying to ban. We have to stop it. So happy birthday to kittens. Hello, Mia. It's okay that you're late. Hello, everybody who's late. It's fine. It's fine. We're going to finish the prayer. Let's finish the prayer. Then I'll show you presidential doodles, and then we'll look at some crazy emails. We'll finish the prayer. We're going to do silly videos, okay? Presidential doodles, and then emails. But his emails. Here we go.
Heavenly Father, we thank you tonight for all your blessings. You said in all things give thanks. So we want to thank you tonight for these mighty machines that you brought before us. Thank you for the Dodges and the Toyotas. Thank you for the Fords. And most of all, we thank you for Roush and Yates partnering to give us the power that we see before us tonight. Thank you for GM Performance Technology and the R07 engines. Thank you for Sunoco Racing Fuel and Goodyear tires that bring performance and power to the track. Lord, I want to thank you for my smoking hot wife tonight, Lisa. My 2 children, Eli and Emma. Or as we like to call them, the Lilies. Lord, I pray you bless the drivers and use them tonight. May they put on a performance worthy of this great track. In Jesus' name, boogity, 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 amen.
Presidential noodles? Damn tombstones. This is, no. Well, kind of we were talking about it. We're talking about Clinton's. Also, it's okay. We forgive you. Happy birthday, kittens in crime. The next video is dedicated to you. And why? Because I know you're a hard worker. Okay? I don't know that, but I have a feeling. All right? I have a feeling. And this next video is dedicated to you. This has been popping up in my algo. I laugh every time I watch it. I love this man. I agree that this should be shown to every worker in the workforce in America. He is our God. Okay? He's our new God. I'm sorry, Colt Baby. I'm sorry, Hoogan. Move aside. We've got this guy. We've got this guy. I love him. And just kidding. We would never replace Colt Baby or Hoogan. But I love a man in a hard hat with a smoker's voice getting worked up. Getting worked the fuck up talking his shit. Okay? So here it is.
I mean, it takes a special individual to be able to work here, first of all. Second of all, if you don't pull your weight, look, without production, there is no profit. So you're not fooling me with all this safety bullshit. This is the steel mill. I think when they hire people, they should tell them, this is a steel mill. If you put your hands where they do not belong and you cut something off, you're fucking fired. We don't.
Now, I would like to pause there. Okay? Safety bullshit. This safety BS, Tiff already knows. Meat Showers has nothing on this guy. If you put your hand where it don't belong. Let me tell you something. I got some friends who worked in a steel mill, or as he pronounces it exactly, Angela, steel mill. All right? Steel mill. A steel mill. Let me tell you something. They definitely things get cut off if you are not careful. It's like working in a mine, in a coal mine. You got to be careful. Nope, not no OSHA rep. He'll tell you who he is in just a minute. But boy, you wouldn't expect it. This man has some work ethic, and I do believe we need to rally together to get him his Christmas bonus.
Is a steel mill. If you put your hands where they do not belong and you cut something off, you're fucking fired. We don't need you no more. And people would come here expecting to have a fatal injury if they don't watch what they're doing. Instead, they let them set up an orientation for a week and act like they're doing something. Give them $600 for sitting on their ass, and then they come, most of them, within the first week, quit. About the time they get their uniforms in, they're gone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Now, much like ICE thought they were going to do, and it didn't work out because they're withholding their bonuses until completion is right. Hey, we're going to hold on to your bonus till your job is done. All right. With these fellas, they make it through training to get their $3,000 and they quit. Okay. It's sitting atop his noggin because he gets an extra inch or two in case something falls. He don't want to get a fatal head injury. It's how they're designed. Hello, JG Cruz, mother of Colt Baby. How is sweet the baby Charlotte? Is she doing good? Tell her if she goes to work at the steel mill, she better not quit after training, okay? Because he'll get her.
Look, there was 15 people in my orientation 3 years ago. There's me, that little girl on Furnace 3 offload, and Mateo. And Mateo's quitting as soon as he gets his $3,000 bonus.
And Mateo's quitting as soon as he gets his $3,000 bonus. It's me, that little girl down there, and Mateo. Fucking Mateo, dude. I'm going back. I love him so much. Volume up, everyone. Volume up.
And then they come, most of them, within the first week, quit. About the time they get their uniforms in, they're gone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what they do. Look, there was 15 people in my orientation 3 years ago. There's me, that little girl on Furnace 3 offload, and Mateo. And Mateo's quitting as soon as he gets his $3,000 bonus.
Is
They
he?
put me down as a rehire and took all my bonuses away because I had to go to jail for 19 days.
Pause it. He had to go to jail for 19 days. They took all his bonuses away. And Mateo's just going to quit. Hello, Claudia. Nice to see you. Mateo. I know you know Mateo. Everybody does. He's the quitter. Baby Charlotte is perfect. First doctor's appointment today. She's got a clean bill of health. Oh my God. If I had a button for cheers, I would push it. Congratulations. Congratulations to Colt Baby for having a clean bill of health and for Kittens in Crime for surviving a long time and having a birthday. Is he Mexican or Mexicant? Find out next.
And everybody else gets bonuses on my orientation have all quit. But they give them bonuses.
Well, don't forget about Christmas.
Oh, that's another fucking story. That's another tic-tac. The whole world.
Okay, so he knows this is going on TikTok, but he doesn't know he's about to be a forever fucking soundboard button on this channel. I'm about to bring soundboards into the mix just so I can put the ow on it because, oh my God.
Well, don't forget about Christmas.
Oh, that's another fucking story. That's another tic-tac the whole world needs to know. But I'm not going to put my company down because I love my job. And I respect Newbie and all of them. And I appreciate them making sure that nobody gets hurt. But the more they talk about not getting hurt, the more fucking people get hurt. They're burning bread on us.
Yeah.
They had that meeting, and the next day there was 3 fucking drug screens. The next day!
They screwed us on our Christmas.
And Christmas, let me tell you what happened at Christmas time. Whole world, TikTok world. What they do?
I would love to hear what happened at Christmas. I'd love to hear about Thanksgiving. You want to tell me about your birthday? I'm here for it, sir. If you'd like to tell me about that 19 days you spent in jail and why and what led up to it, I would be here. I would be here to hear you out. Okay. Workman's Comp, baby. Let me tell you guys, one of the funniest fucking sketch comedy sketches I have ever seen in my life is the fucking Workman's Comp episode or sketch from Kids in the Hall, where a Canadian falls off a ladder and then they give this musical style speech, a monologue about the pleasures of Workman's Comp. His coworker is absolutely instigating, and thank God for him. He's putting it on record. And this man's he's like, listen, this could be another tic-tac. I want to go back to him going, oh, it's my favorite moment. I love it so much.
Nobody gets hurt. But the more they talk about not getting hurt, the more fucking people get hurt. They're burning bread on us.
Yeah.
They had that meeting, and the next day there was 3 fucking drug screens. The next day!
They screwed us on our Christmas.
And Christmas, let me tell you what happened at Christmas time. Whole world, TikTok world. What they done to us was 3 Christmases ago, they give us $2,000. 2 Christmases ago, they give us $1,200. This Christmas, we got $500. After taxes, it was only $320. They couldn't let us work a Sunday overtime, and we got more than that. And you know what they got us for Christmas? A gigantic umbrella. A motherfucker's got to stand out in the rain to use his Christmas present. Like I always tell you, if you ain't smart enough to get out of the fucking rain, you need to get wet. You know what I mean?
That's a shirt. Okay, that is a shirt. If you ain't smart enough to get out of the rain, you need to get wet. He does sound like he snorted his $2,000. I couldn't understand something about they're burning bread on us. I don't even know what he was saying, half of it. He's just pissed off. He's pissed off as hell and he can't take it no more. Okay? You ever tried to work at the steel mill? I love that guy. I had an ex who we lived in Kentucky briefly. That's where he's from. And we ended up breaking up because I was like, I can't live in a holler. Told you guys a little about this. God bless him. He went to work at a place called, I said, where you work now, Jeremy? He said, I work at the ham factory. I was like, by God, he's like, it's the best job in town. He's like, it's either that or it's, what did he say? The coal mine or the steel mill. Just like this dude. He's up there. All right. And by God, he told me, he's like, I could either be a meat cutter at the Golden Corral. Okay. I could work at the Ruby Tuesday. I could be up there doing drywall and iron, or I could work at the ham factory. I said, how much y'all make at the ham factory? Dude, $30 an hour minimum, plus union, pension. It's like being a fucking cop working at the ham factory up there. Fucking insane. And so when I heard that guy, when he said, they wouldn't give us our $2,000 bonus or something. He said it was $1,500 or $2,000. He said they wouldn't give him when he could have just worked one day overtime and made more than that. That gave me pause because I was like, well, how much is one day of overtime working in a steel mill? And I looked it up. My God. No wonder people lose fingers. It's like working on a fucking oil rig. They make so much money, dude. I think it's the equivalent to $64 to $150 an hour. That's crazy. So if you want a canned delicious ham, or if you want to go work with that guy at the steel mill, you can make a lot of money. Garbage men used to make a ton. I wonder how much they make now. We'll figure it out. We'll do the OSINT. Next video I thought was hilarious that I'm going to show you guys right now. You know I fucking hate baseball. I fucking hate it. I hate baseball, my least favorite sport. I hate it when they throw the ball across the court. It's fine. Listen, I don't like that shit. It's boring. If it's America's pastime, well, it's pastime, we got rid of it. That's what I say. But then I discovered baseball interviews and I went, oh, it's kind of like hockey. Like I didn't get it. Like why? It just looks scary. Why are people doing it? And then I saw them fighting and I went, oh, that makes sense. Now I get it. That's fun. NASCAR, it's like, oh, that's crazy. That's terrifying. Then you see the tailgates and the crashes and it's like, oh, okay. With baseball, it's the interviews. All baseballers might actually be Kenny Powers. It's not just a character, it's real. And this popped up in my algorithm. And I still hate baseball, but I love this man. I love this man who's pitching. Okay. What? A bird? A big fucking bird? Oh no. Oh no. Really? I gotta see that. I ain't seen that. I seen the one where the guy releases his favorite like squirrel and then the cat just kills it. Their outfits are kind of cute. I will Google it. He destroys the bird. Oh no, I don't want to see a bird get destroyed. That is kind of crazy. There's also in these, I mean, this one, honestly, I've seen a lot of shit with wrestling where people fall pretty bad, or horrible at UFC when they kick a guy's fucking leg and it cracks in half, and it's like, oh, and I have a hard time watching that shit. This was like the hardest I jumped in a long time. Like, oh my God, is this man dead? And he's fine. Spoiler alert, he's totally fine, maybe. But the interview after what's about to happen to him is one of the greatest interviews in sports history, in my opinion. And here it is.
This man took a line drive off his head, and Lance Lynn not only stayed in the game, but he delivered one of the funniest post-game interviews you'll ever see. You can see he gets smoked by the comebacker. The coach and the trainer come out to...
Just to be clear, that's a baseball cap. That's not a helmet. Let's watch it again in case it was a little junkety. Watch this. What the ball gets him right on the side of the head. Now, I don't know how hard that is or how fast that is, but I know that they clock the pitches, and the pitches are really, really fucking fast. So with the bat, I'm shocked he's alive. Watch this again.
A line drive off his head, and Lance Lynn not only stayed in the game, but he delivered one of the funniest post-game interviews you'll ever see. You can see he gets smoked by the comebacker. The coach and the trainer come out to talk with him, and Lance Lynn totally unfazed. But the post-game interview was absolute gold.
We win.
Yeah. All right. You didn't keep an eye on that?
Kidding.
You took a line drive.
My hat took the brunt of it.
Where did it get you?
My hat.
Can you point to the area?
Where did it get you? My hat. He's trolling the fuck out of him.
Kidding.
You took a line drive.
My hat took the brunt of it.
Where did it get you?
My hat.
Can you point to the area? I mean, on the hat.
My hat.
Did it hurt?
No, hit the hat.
Well, hat isn't a protective device so much.
Yeah, it is. Why would we wear it if it wasn't?
No, that's a helmet.
Oh. Well, I hit the hat. I don't know what else to
put the
tell you.
insert in there.
Who's to say it's in there?
I know you don't.
Maybe I made my own.
None of the starters were.
Maybe I'm a genius.
Was that a scary moment for you?
No, I just thought it should have been caught. We're calling that on the ricochet.
There was no. They were talking to you. It looked like they were.
Yeah,
trying to make
they were
sure
bugging me.
You had your senses about you.
Well, everyone knows me well enough to know I never have my senses.
Did you have to convince Mike and the trainer to leave you in there?
I was just tired of them talking to me. That's the most they both talked to me all year.
Did they ask you what day it is?
Yeah, I told them I never know what day it is.
No, you answered it.
I told them it was 5 days before the last time I pitched.
And they're looking into your eyes to make sure that you're clear. Right?
Yeah.
We need to go back. He's like, it's the most they've ever talked to me. Like, this guy is so rude.
I'm talking to me. That's the most they both talked to me all year.
Did they ask you what day it is?
Yeah, I told them I never know what day it is.
No, you answered it.
I told them it was 5 days before the last time I pitched.
And they're looking into your eyes to make sure that you're clear. Right?
Yeah.
Is that goddamn Pitbull in the background? Is that Pitbull? That's Pitbull. Go back. Is that Pitbull? It's Pitbull.
About you.
Well, everyone knows me well enough to know I never have my senses.
Did you have to convince Mike and the trainer to leave you in there?
I was just tired of them talking to me. That's the most they both talked to me all year.
Did they ask you what day it is?
Yeah, I told them I never know what day it is.
No, you answered it.
I told them it was 5 days before the last time I pitched.
And they're looking into your eyes to make sure that you're clear. Right?
Yeah. I stare back in their soul and tell them to go to the dugout.
Basically, the stage starts 6th, 7th inning. Everyone's got a few beverages.
Okay, let's just pause for a moment. First of all, that was the coolest dude I've ever seen. He's so funny. His head took that like a bad ace. All right. Also, let's check in with you guys. Ernie is full. Tiff is experiencing pain. Ernie is pregnant. Mitty, Mitty is asking you a question, Darlene. What would you do if you were the first responder checking his head, talking to you like that? What would you do, Mitty? Would you let him continue? I think he looked great. Mr. Worldwide grazed his beak, my hat, and 3 days later, he bled out and died. Spoiler alert, just kidding, he's fine. I got nailed in the knee by a softball. I was the pitcher. God damn it. Damn it, Dana. I would be laughing my ass off, said Darlene. She's busy saving lives, not like dulling a man's fucking shine. That guy might be dead. I don't. I guess you can be concussed and troll. I've trolled concussed, but not in any way that masterfully. Either way, baseball could be cool. Look at this guy. He's explaining what the crowd has done. Now, if I'm going to get murked for anything, it's going to be this because it's from CBS Sports, but I don't care because this is impressive. It's called a worm. This is a drunken cupworm. Anytime someone drinks a beer, they add it and it creates or a snake. Sorry, it's a drunk snake. It's a drunken snake. Speaking of drunken snakes, hello, Canadian. Just kidding. What's up, Mitty? How are you doing? How are you doing? Your Rust Cole picture. I imagine that's what you look like. Even though we've seen you, I just imagine you put on a mustache and go to work like that. Yeah, his pupils are pretty dilated. It's pretty scary. You're gonna get diabetes. Cool. At the Cinnabon, I'll allow it.
Oblivious State starts, 6th, 7th inning. Everyone's got a few beverages in. Someone stands up and goes, "Give me your cups, give me your cups." You see the snake form up in the beginning. Everyone throws the cups. Now what? Was the 8th inning? 9th inning?
7.
Basically the 8th, Steve.
Yeah, and it goes all the way up.
All the way up, and that's how it forms. Pretty simple.
I'm Marcus.
You are Marcus.
Oh, cool. Cool. Chill. Sweet. Awesome. I was muted. Nope, not frozen. It's me. This is what I look like now. I look like Marcus. Listen, guys, I keep fucking muting myself by accident. My bad. Yes, Sarah, you are looking at a dildo. His name is Marcus, and we worship him. Okay, actually, he's a mealworm. Or just a worm. I don't know. I think a worm. Or is he a fish? He's a fish fucker. It doesn't matter. Look, listen. You guys wanted a Marcus update. Here's a Marcus update. Okay. And then after Marcus update, yeah, he's a VR worm. Baraka, get it together, Sarah. Pay attention. He's a VR worm, mija. So we're going to watch him. Okay. Then I'm going to ease you into just this really funny foreign guy who makes me laugh. I think I don't remember if he's Iceland or Greenland. It doesn't matter. We were threatening them and we're sorry. It might be Norway. I could be wrong. The point is a foreign dude who's hilarious, who says a lot of silly things is going to go after this. I'm going to show you 2 more videos and then we're going to get into presidential doodles and the Epstein files. Okay. We're on a time crunch. I'm trying to squeeze this in within 15. All right. We're trying to get this done in 15. Then we're going to start the Epstein file stuff. Okay. So we got 15 more minutes of sillies. 15 more minutes of sillies. If you have to poop or pee, do it now. Okay? You have a dirty mind. I'll time myself out. You know what? Stay. No timing yourself out. You stay. It's okay to have dirty mind. You are looking at a dickworm. Okay? Marcus is storming college campuses now. Good. Eurykis unsynced. I don't know what that means. You're smoking. Excellent. Good. How I taught you? Good. So President Trump said this, and now Gavin Newsom is running with. Oh, yeah. President Trump said that Gavin Newsom is the president, by the way. Yeah. The president of the United States, Gavin Newsom, admitted that he has learned. Yeah, we're going to watch that in a minute. That's one of the videos I'm going to show you. Kittens and crime, it's your birthday, so I'm going to allow you to spoil it. But how dare you? But also, wasn't that crazy? We need he it's like he got hit in the head with a baseball almost. Anyway, here's Marcus. He's a VR worm, Sarah. You're gonna love him.
Marcus.
You are Marcus. That's true.
Come with me.
Where are we going?
Follow.
Okay. There's a fishing rod just stuck to you. Okay.
Little bitch baby.
Marcus, don't bully.
Stupid.
Don't bully him.
Stupid baby
Marcus,
bitch
don't bully him.
baby.
He's just here to fish. We're all here to fish, Marcus. Don't bully him. Hey, the hell's that?
Stupid fishing outfit.
I'm not gonna lie, Joe. You look pretty stupid. He's right.
Also, I do want to make a compilation. I'm going back to when he starts saying bitch baby, the stupid bitch, little rotund motherfucker, all the different things he says. I would like to get I know there's 10 minutes of footage of it. I know we can at least collect 10 minutes of footage of him just cursing. That is the plan. Stupid, rotund, ignorant asshole bitch. Just when he does stuff like that. I just need a good, solid, nice, long compilation of him just cursing. So I'm going to try to make that happen for us, okay?
Little bitch baby.
Marcus, don't bully.
Stupid.
Don't bully
Stupid
him.
baby
Marcus,
bitch
don't bully him.
baby.
He's just here to fish. We're all here to fish, Marcus. Don't bully him. Hey, the hell's that?
Stupid fishing outfit.
I'm not gonna lie, Joe. You look pretty stupid. He's right. I'm sorry, Joey.
I don't like this one.
Yeah, we know you don't like him, okay? But we got to deal with him. He's everywhere, okay? We see him everywhere.
I finally got a vacation day.
Yeah, we know, because we have a vacation day and you end up everywhere we do. Marcus, no. It's not worth it, man. Let's just go fish. Marcus, let's just go fish. Marcus. Marcus. No. Marcus, please.
It's becoming a salmon.
Oh, hello. Oh, I got distracted. I got so distracted. I'm sorry. There was like a hot babe over there. Are you okay?
We're establishing the salmon population.
With Joey?
I push you in again.
Why are you so strong?
You think he's gonna be okay? How are you? Wait, what? Marcus? You're what?
Is that Jesus?
That's my friend. His name's Marcus. He's in a. We make TikToks together. Nice to meet you.
Does that kid need like a life savior or something?
Oh no, he'll be fine. He'll be. Don't worry. We do this to him all the time.
Tough love, I see.
Yeah, it is. He's gonna get used to it. Marcus, come back!
In Iceland, you don't have to lock your bike. But I recommend it, otherwise it will be stolen. Being black in Iceland is like being Chinese in Africa. Nobody cares except racists. This is what tourism in Iceland is all about. You come here and sit down and then you think, why didn't I go to Spain? If being sexy was a crime, I would be in jail for tax fraud. Sometimes when I'm walking to work, I stop here and look at the view and realize I'm going in the wrong direction. And also it's Sunday. There's iced tea, but there's no ice hot chocolate because that's just chocolate. People think rising sea level is because of global warming, but it's not. It's this motherfucker. He's been doing this all day. My girlfriend says she is depressed because of me. It is not true. People all around the world have depression, and they don't even know me. In Iceland, we say, if you kick a man in the balls, he will be in pain for a minute. But if you kiss him on the ballsack, he's gay. They say
See, I was thinking more like Iceland's Mitch Hedberg, but I can absolutely see Norm Macdonald as well. But if you kiss him on the balls, he's gay. I fucking love this dude. I could watch him all day. I was getting a good giggle from him today. Okay. You bought a Marcus sticker this week that says help Robert. I should ask that dude at Night Crew. I'm gonna ask Robert if I can make Marcus stuff. I did already make a Marcus Jen McKay, but I just feel it's right. I feel like it's the right thing to do. I want to make Frederickson paraphernalia. What the actual hell? Exactly. He rules, dude. He'll become a soprano. Exactly. He's gonna do a Roy Cohn.
They say there are no trees in Iceland, but I'm actually in Italy right now, but we still have them, just smaller and fewer. In Iceland, it is acceptable to drink and drive, as long as it is not on the same day. In 2005, we built a mall here in Iceland, but as you can see, we do not have enough people for a mall. We should have just built a store. In America, they say that if you're not ready to do the time, don't commit the crime. But in Iceland, we just say, don't do the crime.
He could have stopped it right there and it would have been great. And then he has a better punchline. This is great because you can end the joke early and it's still funny. I love him so much.
To do the time, don't commit the crime. But in Iceland, we just say, don't do the crime. Because nothing rhymes with glæpur. They say that the average erect gorilla penis is approximately 4 centimeters. And I thought maybe we should give starving children food before we measure gorilla dicks. There's a saying in Iceland, if there's fog, you're not able to see as far.
Greetings from Alaska. This is Kinnaid. I'd like to give a short review
And
of
of
my
course,
new
we had to do
practice
this
channel.
again because we have a birthday. Okay. It's Kitten's birthday week. So we're getting the practice chanter. Shout outs to the whore. I did talk to her yesterday. I forgot to invite her on the channel again. I'm sorry. I'll do it next time.
By David Lindsay. Excellent workmanship. Has the larger feel right holes. Made of striped ebony. Trimmed with moose antler. Play a short tune. Hear how it sounds.
I mean, the Deborah thing is crazy, right? Like when we said that this was the call of the horror to get a hold of Aunt Deb, that was before. I don't know if you remember that. I do. That was before we figured out that the bird was saying anything. And then when you hear it, it's like, Deborah. How perfect is that? A penis museum. You just want to see ripped out penis skeletons? What are you? Isn't that just a sex shop? Okay. Well, I'll try to get you tickets for your birthday. Okay. And now I would like to introduce to you. Some of these videos I show you are just videos that I have to pull up on screens, like through YouTube or Twitter, or find a link to, or fucking whatever. But some of them I have embedded. I have them embedded in our facilities. Okay. They are forever clips. They are clips like, this one.
The Dow right now is over. The Dow is over $50,000.
So basically, they're like on my board, my video board. It's almost like a soundboard, but it's videos, and I can upload them directly into StreamYard. And I only get a couple, so I try to choose wisely. I always keep this one on hand, as you all know.
Bye-bye, bitch.
And then we've got, this classic that you all love.
Your Honor, DeFerk. Miss Janice.
Judge Athens.
Your Honor, this is so unfair. Your Honor, I think I want to appeal. Your Honor. Your Honor, stop. This is propaganda. Your Honor, this is fake. Don't believe what they say.
And of course, anytime YouTube's creator lab or whatever it's called is hyping me, trying to get me to push, you should say like and subscribe more. You'll get more followers. You should do it. It's part of the fucking thing that we all do. It's a cult. Why don't you do it like everyone else does? And then I come on here and I'm like, hey guys, you can like it if you want, but if you don't like it, be honest and click don't like. Or if I'm like on here and I'm like, look, we got new merch and I'm trying to push merch, we have this button.
I make nothing. Zero. Zilch. By the time I pay all my scientists, all my people in my research department, lab coats, it's a wash. Well, why you do it then, baby Billy? Well, because I'm selfish.
And then, of course, there's the classic. There's the classic. We've had it forever. We all love it. Everyone loves this one. It's the
Maggie, I'm not doing this. What?
No, you were flirting with my sister.
I was flirting with your sister.
Yes, you were flirting with my sister.
What? Get over here.
Get out of here. Fuck you.
Maggie.
fuck you. That guy in the background is the best. So, you get it. You get it. I don't have to explain it anymore. Okay? I don't have to explain this to you. You know, even though you're all...
Hi. You're both high.
Some of you are really tired, and that's when I do this one. But now we have a new one. Okay, I'd like to introduce to you a potential addition to the video board. Now, usually I don't let you guys vote. I'll just pick it. And the reason I pick it is because you're a bunch of just kidding. I'm just kidding. For entertainment purposes only, I'm just kidding. But I think we should start voting on some of these because you're the one who has to watch them every time I feel the need to get a little squirrely with my fingertips. Okay? So we're going to vote. I'm going to play a potential. This is a select board after all. This is a select board. So we'll do a poll. We'll do a penis poll. Okay? How do I do a poll? I think I can add one in here, actually, somehow. I'll figure it out one day. 326967. Okay, here's what we'll do. I'm going to play the video, and then we will do a poll. Darlene's a little high from a few meds, but not high enough to not save lives. So that's what's good, okay? So I'm going to play it for you, and you tell me if this is a keeper. Okay, and I'll let you know. In fact, throughout, if you want to put keeper or flick it, ditch it. We don't want it. Fuck it. Flick it or fuck it. Wait. Keep it or fuck. No. Just keep it or ditch it. All right, here we go. All right. I'm going to be honest with you. Whether you like it or not, we're keeping it. Okay? We're actually not voting on it. Fuck that. Fuck this select board. I'm just executive powers. I'm Trump now. I'm the captain now. My version of bombing Iran is keeping this. In fact, we're watching it again. I mean, it really is the suckets at the end. Talk about balls. I mean, we could go all day. No bowling shirts. This was the Alberts. You'll watch bowling? Excellent. It is a good beat. I personally really, really love the tush push. Yes. I really just love the enthusiasm for the sport. Okay. And I like the way they throw the ball across the court. In all seriousness, what a great sucket. 2 guys in suits throwing suckets. What are you going to fucking do about it? Also, naturally, we have to do this.
Get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Big boy ain't getting on the roof. Never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Big boy ain't getting on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy drill on the roof. Never seen a big boy drill on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy drill on the roof. Big boy drilling on the roof. Big boy drilling on the roof. Big boy ain't drilling on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Big boy ain't climbing on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. How you do it like that? Damn, you got tools on your back. Climbing on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Oh shit, big boy get loose. Oh shit, big boy get loose. I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. I ain't never shit, and you falling on the roof. I ain't never see a big boy hop on the roof. How you do it like that? Oh shit, you just like a back. Oh shit, pick up your back. Oh, I ain't never see a big boy get on the roof. Get on the roof. Get on the roof. Get your ass out the roof. Get your ass back out the roof. I ain't never see a big boy leap on the roof. Get a big ass out.
Good. The pain meds are kicking in, so you're going to love this. You are going to love this. Also, hello, Alejandria. Welcome, 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 welcome. And happy 316 day to everybody. Hell yeah. Take the boots to him. Stone Cold says so. Stone Cold ET. I ought to get Stone Cold ET in here. Now, this video, it's not AI, okay? It is real. Cats can talk. And they do kung fu, okay? So, I just think you guys need to see this. This is in my dossier, and I thought you need to see it, okay?
你别问，你来干嘛？接下来我就不客气了。你能怎么不客气？
Can we pause? Pun intended. This cat knows karate, and it still knocked that shit off the table. It could have taken this man out forever. It could have taken his head off, and it chose instead to knock the shit off the table. That is such a cat thing to do. Noel, you'd get a strike every time if you bowled. Would you bowl from behind like that guy did? Because that was great. His eyebrows, though. Hey, leave the app. Oh, I got something to show you guys. Oh, I got something to show you guys. Let them finish, then I'll show you.
你别问，你来干嘛？接下来我就不客气了。你能怎么不客气？
Okay, so I need you guys to memorize that. Also, here's the other thing. Do you see what I have? I'd like to thank Jesus and whoever sent me these. Okay. Whoever sent me these, thank you. Because it did say Marcus Pork on it. And I know Marcus Pork didn't send me these. It was probably bad, Darlene. I don't know who sent me these, but they're perfect. I did. No, they're not stencils. These are stick-on eyebrows. Do you understand? No, I've purchased these in the past and they didn't work. But these motherfuckers, they work. How do I know? Because I've had eyebrows on my forehead and below my eyes multiple times this week. If you happen to see me pop on this stream or any other stream with eyebrows that look perfect or 4 pairs on my head, that's what that's about. Yeah, it's like a stick-on tattoo. It's exactly like that, but you barely touch it with water. It comes right off the paper and it's just there and it dries and it looks great. And they look real. And the idea is you're supposed to shave your eyebrows and then put them there. But not me. I've been putting them over my eyebrows where they're supposed to go and they just look good. But I keep forgetting to do it. Unless it's like to put on my cheeks and head and stuff, which I have done and it's very funny. Maybe I'll put one on. I have to go pick up Dylan, but I could peel. They peel off, but it's kind of difficult to peel them off right after you put them on. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll pop back in with an eyebrow or something. Maybe I'll connect my eyebrows. Yeah, you just put a little water on the back and then you peel it right off and then you have eyebrows. Mustache? Oh, like a Dali thing? Fu Manchu. No mustache. Mustache. We'll do a mustache. Maybe not a Fu Manchu. That feels racist, but we'll do a mustache. We'll definitely do a mustache. I could do that. Oh my God. I'm going to have eyebrows mustache. Okay, now this happened at South by. I just wanted to show you guys this because this is fucking crazy. Let me open this image in a new tab because you guys are going to want to see this. Here, I'm going to just put this one. This is on Twitter. Someone posted this. Let me open this for you. So someone made a Hollywood walk of shame here in Austin. And what is a walk of shame? It's a Jeffrey Epstein star on the sidewalk downtown by Congress that says child sex trafficker and rapist. And then if you keep walking, it's the Jeffrey Epstein walk of shame. And there's Harvey Weinstein, film producer and Miramax and Weinstein Co. And then there's Trump, and then there's Clinton, and there's literally everybody who's in the files who was friends with him. And they put that on the sidewalks, some artists or something, and there's a QR code. And I do plan on going to it. Speaking of someone brought this up earlier. One of you guys brought this up. Who brought this up? One of you kids brought this up. Let's go ahead and watch it. This happened today. Oh, no. This is the other thing. Okay, so old Trump did 2 stupid things today. We're going to watch the other one in a second. This is the first one. Let's lead into we are now officially in our president's portion. And we're 9 minutes late, but it's fine. We're still on track. So now let's get into presidents. Before presidential doodles, let's look at our current president, what he's like. Because I don't talk about him enough.
Congressman Neil Dunn of Florida had some real health challenges, and it was very serious, and had a pretty grim diagnosis. And I mentioned it to the president. And I said, Congressman Dunn is a real champion and a patriot because he's still coming to work. And if others got this diagnosis, they would be apt to go home and retire.
What was the diagnosis?
It was, I think it was a terminal diagnosis.
He would be dead by June.
Okay, that wasn't public, but yeah, okay, that's it was grim. That's what I was going to say. I don't think
with a heart problem, by the way. This was a heart problem.
So the long story short, the president called him. Congressman Neil.
So just to be clear, there's a congressman who is terminally sick, found out he was going to be terminally ill and going to die soon. They gave a date of death that only the president, Mike Johnson, and a couple of other people who were close to the fella knew, to Dunn. They didn't want that out in public. And Trump not only announced it, but he acted like it was a big fucking joke. You can hear the response from the press pool and Pam Bondi. Okay, look, Pam Bondi is a cunt, but I just want you to remember that
The Dow right now is over. The Dow is over $50,000. I don't.
okay, so chill, because the Dow. So not only did they announce without him wanting to, they announced this man's date of determined death due to his terminal illness. But this is while Mike Johnson is trying to commend the fella for being sick, for having a terminal illness and coming into work. He's just trying to commend the guy. And then Trump acts like it's just like, what's the deadline for that? Look at the way he laughs at this. This is a sad moment. And the reaction from, like, this blew my mind more than the fucking Gavin Newsom thing, but both are equally shocking.
Dunn of Florida had some real health challenges, and it was very serious, and had a pretty grim diagnosis. And I mentioned it to the president, and I said, Congressman Dunn is a real champion and a patriot because he's still coming to work. And if others got this diagnosis, they would be apt to go home and retire. And
What
spend
was
time
the
with family.
diagnosis?
It was, I think it was a terminal diagnosis.
He would be dead by June.
Okay, that wasn't public, but yeah, okay, that's it was grim. That's what I was going to say. I don't think
with
he
a
would
heart
mind.
problem, by the way. This was a heart problem.
So the long story short, the president called him. Congressman Neil Dunn of Florida had some real health challenges, and it was very serious.
A heart problem. It's just a heart problem, champ. Jesus Christ. Breakdancing meets pro wrestling is pretty good. Okay, here's the here's the one we were talking about earlier. This is the other fucking snafu.
The President of the United States, Gavin Newsom, admitted that he has learning disabilities, dyslexia. Everything about him is dumb. But then he looked at the audience and said, but I'm smarter than you, or something like that.
So just to be clear, the president thinks that dyslexia and learning disabilities make you dumb, while simultaneously fucking up and calling Governor of California, Gavin Newsom, the president, which is what your job is, dummy. You are the dumb one. Trump, you're the dumb one.
Is dumb. But then he looked at the audience and said, but I'm smarter than you, or something like that. There was the President of the United States, Gavin Newsom, admitted that he has learning disabilities, dyslexia. Everything about him is dumb. But then he looked at the audience and said, but I'm smarter than you, or something like that. There was.
Oh, yeah. No, he married an illegal immigrant. Also, don't look at how many people from Mar-a-Lago don't have green cards, because they got taken out a while back for deportations and got in trouble. That was like his first term, before his first term. I believe they had to fire fucking half the fucking staff or something. I think they might have hid them. It's really crazy. This guy's a fucking psycho. Like, if learning disability doesn't make you dumb. Somebody who behaves like him and thinks they're going to get away with it forever is dumb. This motherfucker is going to go to jail. He has to go to jail. There's no fucking way. Karma's going to get his ass, dude. This is crazy. Yeah, he does not see people as people. And yeah, I said Nazi because that's what we're talking about. Okay. I'll do one more. We'll do a buffer and then we'll look at some doodles. Okay. Because there is a, where is it? This dog. This is the one with the lobster shrimp thing. Okay. This is Hugin 100%. When I will not get him a toy. I did not. I will have to go look that up. I did not see a reply yet. I will look it up though. Look at this fucking dramatic husky real quick, and then we're gonna look at Doodle.
Walter, no. Put it back. We are only here for the kibble. You already have a mountain of toys at home. Don't argue with me in front of these nice people. Put the lobster back. We're leaving.
Oh my God, he's actually
I am so sorry. He thinks he's... Walter, no. Put it back. We are only here for the kibble. You already have a mountain of toys at home. Don't argue with me in front of these nice people. Put the lobster back. We're leaving.
Oh my God, he's actually
I am so sorry. He thinks he's...
Dude, I love this. This dog is 100% me when I don't get my way. I will absolutely hit my face against the cash register and complain if I don't get my stuffed lobster. Okay. So let me pull this bad boy up for you. How are we doing? Everybody's doing good. I love huskies. They're so funny. It would be cool to get Mookie's a husky, but they would just spend all their time being loud, talking to each other. Hugin Mookie's went and saw the front yard cat the other day and was going, "Arr, arr, arr, arr," while the cat was going, "Eh," and it was so funny. They were talking to each other and it was so cute. Okay. So there is a book. Would you believe it? It's called Presidential Doodles. I used to have a copy. I don't anymore. I should order another one. I'll do that when I'm not broke. But regardless, Presidential Doodles, good book. Used to own it. Loved showing it to people. Loved putting it on the coffee table. I was in college for about a year when I had it at one point, and let's just say that I may or may not have had friends who were on mushrooms laughing their asses off looking at this book. Okay? I cannot deny nor affirm if I was one of those people, but I will say this is a great book. It's very funny. Now, for those of you who don't know and missed the episode where I talked about this, A, love presidents. B, kind of obsessed with them. C, can tell you weird facts about a lot of them. D, we went through some of those weird facts. E, can I make it all the way through the alphabet? Let's see. F, yes, I can. G, am I dyslexic and stupid according to the president? Probably. Q, I don't know where we are. I got lost. The point is, there are a lot of good doodles by the president. And if you don't know, there are collections of these doodles. What they do is when, you know how Trump had all that shit in his shitter, all the stolen file, like he took a bunch of documents, sensitive national security documents, and he put them at Mar-a-Lago in a rec room, in a storage facility, on a stage in a weird high school auditorium looking room, in his shitter. And it's all like sensitive material. You're not allowed to take it out of the White House ever. But it's not just that stuff that's important and supposed to be left in the White House and not supposed to be taken out. It's a lot of stuff. Like, for example, when you're president, did you know that you have a legal pad that is always in your desk? And at all times, you're supposed to have an open, spare, blank legal pad. And every time you're done with that legal pad, it gets preserved by who? The White House aides. The White House aides are also the same people who became infamous at one point in time for having to recover from the trash Donald Trump's shit because he never wanted to save anything. He's supposed to. That's the rules. It's the law because it gets preserved and then they put it in the presidential library. It's what they do for every president historically. So when a president takes something and throws it away, if it's a piece of paper, it's not supposed to get tossed. It stays in the White House until it ends up going to the presidential library or the Smithsonian or somewhere else like for national security or in evidence or preserved forever in the White House. Either way, that stuff doesn't go with them. Okay. So on the presidential notepad, there's the presidential seal on top. They're all given a pen. And the whole deal is we're going to take whatever you doodle on here, whatever you write, it's going to be preserved in the history books. It could be confidential if it's stuff about war, but if it's your doodles, people are going to see it. So historically speaking, every president has had some form of this, some form of preserved documentation of their thoughts, their notes, things like that. And they always end up doodling. Okay. In presidential doodles, it's literally just a collection of their drawings. And some of them are pretty weird. A lot of them have context, but some of them don't. And I want to show you some of those today. So I'm going to go ahead and open a few of these, and I'll tell you about them. Let me go ahead and share this screen. Okay. So this one right here is President Clinton's. Let me add this to the stage. I'll make it real big. So let me zoom in a little bit so you can see it better. So this is President Clinton's. Okay. This is actually not on his doodle pad. This is a document that was preserved that had to do with some like actual national security shit, I believe, regarding, as you can see, a UN resolution, his notes for this Guccifer project thing. And it's literally just a bunch of talking points. And what he chose to draw on it seems like a dragon. That kind of looks like him. Maybe blowing fire on maybe Nixon. I don't know who this is. This looks like a guy with a huge penis punching him in the face. And then there's a chicken wing. And then there's a lot of rain, some stars, and a cook at the UN cooking something. So that's one of Clinton's doodles. Now, this is a Hoover doodle. Okay. This is Hoover. All right. Herbert Hoover drew a lot of these. I don't know if it's not tessellations. I don't know what you would call this, but geometrically speaking, it's profound. Is he going to be a tattoo artist? I don't know. But Herbert Hoover, probably not because he's dead, but Herbert Hoover doodled a lot, like a lot more than most presidents. And his were very interesting. Now, my favorite ones, though, are 100% always forever going to be LBJ's duties. All right, let me show you an LBJ doodle. LBJ's doodles were insane. He had an Adult Swim type of mind. Let's just say that. He drew like a 4-year-old having nightmares, but they were very, very funny. Look at this shit. What is this? He managed to incorporate the White House into some sort of hat with some sort of multiple eyelashes, person with a goatee and a dinosaur body. Look at that. Super weird. LBJ, of course, infamous Texan. Here's another one of LBJ's doodles. Now, this one, I would even consider his art. He liked to do some abstract stuff, but he also liked to rip on and parodize propaganda. So this is him parodizing, if you will, or doing a satire type of thing with Nazi propaganda. The Nazi schizoids, I always pray for them. Love is God, but your answered offer, if he said, then let's eat them. They said it was no sin to be chocolate. I never meant to insult the world. I was only joking, says this mouse. Don't cry, just be sad, says this duck. I really don't believe I'm in the pit anymore, says a hippie dog that thinks it's in a mosh pit with a red bloody candle on it. This looks like Charlie's Dream Book. How can this be the end, says a wolf? Maybe an armadillo? I can't figure that one out. And then a snake with hair and sunglasses. Okay, I'll give him a ride. What a fucking beehive. Lend me a penny for every time you put me down. Lyndon B. Johnson. So, yeah, very. It's the worm guy. Yeah, it's weird. But LBJ had a wild imagination. I did not expect a lot of the almost anti-hippie sentiment. It's very strange. This is another one of his. This looks like a pregnant cat bat lady with a diamond, and I think that's Baby Yoda at the top. I mean, I don't know if he would he have known about Baby Yoda, and how did he was the Nightmare Before Christmas character based on this one? I don't know what's going on here. I do wonder if he had mushrooms in his tea. I really do. Now let's take a look at some of Reagan's, okay? So that was Lyndon B. Johnson of here in Texas, Lady Bird Lake, named after him. Let's take a look at some of these. This is a Ronald Reagan doodle. Now, Reagan, it's actually not that bad. He did spend a lot of time drawing, I guess, his own abs and doing a lot of self-portraits. Ronald Reagan's doodling, and I can't read the rest of that shit, but this right here is very good. I don't know. No, I don't think it's a devil. I think it's like a Mr. Magoo type of character. Yeah, he must have inspired Beavis and Butthead. He's not bad. Is that Nixon? What is that? Now, Dwight D. Eisenhower. He is a lot of people's favorite because he's actually really good at drawing. Kind of like Bush is actually pretty good at painting. Dwight used to work on his moons. See that right there? Look at that moon. And his shading. And he was very, very into trying to draw tubes. And he loved pencils. And see how like he tried to make everything look realistic? This man didn't just doodle. Okay? He was an artiste. There's actually, he has quite a few. I wish I would have collected more that were really fucking incredible. I mean, really fucking incredible. So much so that they went up for auction in art houses. Now, this is another one, which honestly, pretty fucking good. I mean, I'm trying to figure out who this looks like. But this is one of the ones that went up for auction and sold quite a bit of money at some art house. But yeah, that's Reagan. Yeah, Bush's paintings are actually really good. I almost owned one once. Because a girl on Nextdoor was selling it for $20. And I was like, are you sure? And then we looked it up and it was worth a couple of G's. And I was like, yeah, you're not. Don't sell me that for $20. It's crazy. And now I regret it. I should have just been like, yeah, I'll take it. Okay. All right. Now this is Andrew Jackson, who was apparently a nightmare to get along with. But we're talking way back in the day. We're talking 1800s. Drawing fucking alligators and shit. The president. He's got a little, what is that, a sturgeon? Got a little turtle. Is that a pentagram on the turtle? I don't know. Is it Loch Ness? That could be that. And this looks like Marcus. I actually don't know what any of this. Is that a helmet? Is that a bridge? I don't know. It's very interesting. Yeah, so that's Andrew Jackson. These are his doodles. He had time to doodle after the Civil War. Yep. It's when they use fountain pens. It's true. I thought this is very cool. Very, very cool. It's like a Lincoln letter. But instead it's a Jackson doodle, which sounds like a cute dog that rich people would own. All right. This is probably my famous one. I mean, my favorite one. It's famous. But this is probably my favorite out of all of them. And I don't know why, but it makes me laugh so hard. I know why, because it's this. President Benjamin Harrison's doodles were fucking weird, dude. But this one little guy with a bird behind him makes me laugh so fucking hard. U.S. President Benjamin Harrison did not know how to draw teeth very good. He's very bad at drawing teeth. Is it a Roadrunner? That makes sense. This is so ridiculous looking. I love it. Who is that? He's like, it's my wife. Fuck, that's funny. Okay. Next, we're going to take a look at some of Obama's doodles. Obama used to draw too much. I bombing Iran. He's doodling. Obama. Making America competitive again. And it looks like it's a self-portrait. Some sort of fair. Lot going on here. Is that Obama or Lincoln, or is it Oblinken? Obama made me do it. Obama made me do it. This is pretty fucking good. I would frame this. This is pretty good. I'm interested in the story behind this one. I don't know what it is. If anyone knows what it is, let me know. Are these the people who are these his cabinet members? Because they look familiar. This one up here, is this Markowski? Who is this woman? Is it Klobuchar? Blinken? Obama made me do it. And last, we're going to look at JFK. This is the last presidential doodle we will look at today. Why? Because what the fuck, JFK? What's with this? What's with all this geometric figuration you got going on here, JFK? John F. Kennedy. Interesting. Looks like something a communist would draw. This is a lot of weird squares. Okay. Seems like fellow was pretty bored. Okay. I think this says Vietnam over and over again. So that's pretty weird. He might have been listening to that song. Vietnam. Was that Peter Tosh? Vietnam. Vietnam. I thought it would be booby drawings too. I mean, if anything, the curved lady with the bush signature, and by that I mean like a hair, like a bush. That's what Donald Trump's signature was signifying in that lady picture. I would figure we'd get something similar from JFK, but we didn't. So good on JFK. Okay, and now we're going to the second where it just says Vietnam. All of them, they're just different versions. That's what's weird about that one, because all the Vietnams look different, but it's the same word. He was obsessive, maybe obsessive compulsive, something. Very interested what if any behavioral analysis nerds have anything to say about this, because I look at this and I think bored, distracted, but thinking about Nam. Like everybody else, it's like, what is it that they say? What is your something empire? I forgot it. Roman Empire. What is your Roman Empire? His was Vietnam. His Roman Empire is Vietnam. I think subconsciously he was like maybe thinking about, I feel like dudes when they're just chilling, they're really just thinking about war all the time, whether it's a video game or just in real life or just like internal conflict, external conflict. It's always conflict and war with men. They're very aggressive, even when they take shits. That's why they go, when they're shitting. And if yours doesn't do that, why not? Mine says they all do. Okay. So we're going to go now into Epstein file stuff. So naturally, before we do that, we're going to have to I got to take a piss break. I got to take don't fight me over Kennedy. I don't want him. You can have him. Isn't he dead? Kennedy was pretty fucking hot, though. He gave great speeches. It's like, I actually, like, if they're going to philander, even Trump, like, okay, you're a sleazebag and a bad boyfriend, but at least be a good president. So at least with him, he was a good president. At least with, I mean, shit. To be honest, Clinton was a pretty fucking great president. He's the only one who got us out of debt, gave us health care. But, like, if you beat your wife, that's fucked up, you know? If you cheat on her, you're just a bad person. But bad people can still do good work, I think. Well, yeah, I mean, look at fucking Tanya Harding. The point is, yeah, also fucking civil rights, but also the way he treated Marilyn Monroe. There's a lot there. There's a lot. They're very conflicted men. The point is, did you do anything inherently evil? Did you kill anyone? Did you sell us out? Did you allow a lot of people to die? You know, there's a lot of things that you got to conclude when you're done looking at a president. Like, what's this guy all about? Did he try his best? That's what I think. Did he try his best? I think we got a couple who tried their best, but were a little scummy. You know? I'll tell you what, they were no Marcus. So before we get into the Epstein stuff, I do have to take a tinkle. We're going to do a little break and then go full-blown balls deep into these files. I got a lot to show you, But what better way to take a pee break than this?
Now, this thing is pretty great. Honestly, I get all the hype behind it. I'm about to catch one.
Hey, look at what I just caught.
Whoa, what is that? That thing is awesome. Wait. Oh, I caught a puffer fish? Yo, girl Joey, did you catch anything cool? Wait, what?
It's got a lipstick fish.
Why is that so much cooler than mine? What the heck? Okay, I'm gonna catch something way better here. Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Look at this long boy.
Whoa. Marcus, Marcus, what are you doing? You just went through everyone. Marcus, what the hell are you doing? You have no idea how to drive that thing. Marcus, get back over here. What are you doing?
Look at him. He looks so cool in his boat.
What? What did you say?
I have acquired
He looks pretty cool in this boat. Did you see it?
Yeah, that's cool and all, Marcus, but can't you see? I'm trying to... Guys, it's really not that cool. Guys, it's a canoe.
It's pretty cool.
It's not...
It is pretty cool.
It's a canoe.
It's Oregon. It's
Marcus,
cool.
they're not going to get in. You called them bitches. There's no way they're going to get inside the boat. Okay, well, they're just getting inside the boat. Seriously?
We are going to Atlantis.
Atlantis? Isn't that underwater? Where are you going?
Really not.
I'm a for Marcus.
What the hell? Joey, you're not even using your girl voice. Marcus, you don't even know how to drive that thing. He's knocking them off the boat. Are you serious? What is he doing? Hello? Marcus, are you okay? Okay, I'm trying to help you. I don't know what's going on. Marcus, what are you doing? What's going on? You just ditched them all and came here.
How was your weekend, Ben?
It was good. Like, what are we gonna do about that?
Drive.
Okay. My boat isn't working.
This is no place of fish, Robert.
Okay, first of all, I don't fish. Second of all, my boat is broken because you crashed into it earlier.
Oh.
Gotta just go to the shore and go hang out. Okay. Okay.
Help.
Okay, this is awkward. They're in the boat with us. They're in the boat with us, Marcus. Oh God, he's hitting them. Oh God, I don't want to look. You're getting very violent.
Robert.
Yeah.
I totally read that as the Bay of Pigs, like BAE. And I'm just like, you mean the hot pig? Like, out of all the pigs, the hottest one was the Bay. This is the Bay of Pigs. It's not a normal pig. I'm sorry, but we have to watch 2 more minutes of Marcus before I get into this Epstein shit, because it is a real fucking sad and crazy. What happens when you plan a regime change and get fucked? Now, that's what happened. We're living it, babe. Babe, we are living it. We're learning. We're seeing it. The regime changed to Trump, and now we're bombing Iran. We are bombing Iran. Yeah. Also, have you guys seen the nuke list of nuclear capabilities? Russia's like above us. That's kind of spooky. But we're the only ones who have used a nuke. So really, we're kind of the most threatening. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird to think about. Everybody's pretty mad at us. We need to be careful. But why aren't we I'm just saying, we shouldn't bomb anybody, but we should disarm Russia, right? Does anybody else agree? Am I stupid as shit? Or should we disarm Russia? I feel like that should be a focus, right? Yeah, we do. And legs. We have arms and legs for days. That's what they always say about us. Can we fucking take theirs? Can we, we need to worry about them, right? What do they have on Trump? If it's just piss tapes, who cares? He pissed on some toots. Did they get paid? Okay, good. Then what's the issue? I'm tired of going to war because some guy might have a pee tape. What do they really got on him? I'll tell you what we got. Possible kid rape. Besties with a pedo. 34 or 43 felonies. I don't know. Maybe I'm a dumbass dyslexic, according to Trump. Scalped his first wife, right? Beat the shit out of her, raped her, raped another woman, E. Jean Carroll, found guilty of that civilly. Fucked over a piano dealer. The Taj Mahal owed him $100,000, $100 million. It was insane. 3 friends dead because he's impatient. Fucked over his best friend who died of AIDS. Cheated on all of his wives. Stole millions from a cancer charity. I could go. Back to Marcus, and then we're going to look at the files. Here we go.
Yeah, Marcus.
We're going to Atlantis.
Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Where did they go? I think they died. I think you actually killed them.
They drowned.
Yeah.
Robert.
And I know that you guys may wonder, what does Marcus have to do with Epstein? Go back. This is one of the reasons I picked this one. Because if we're going to talk about Epstein and Ghislaine, one thing you got to know is they love the sea. In fact, one of the, Trump University, and then Trump stocks and bonds. And then, oh my God, the amount of the buildings to the Russian oligarchs, that whole thing. Yeah. But one of the reasons I chose this is it all does blend together. Okay. Think about it. I showed you a video of a guy getting bonked in the head by a fucking baseball going 100 miles an hour. And how he's not taking life too seriously. He's still living. He's still able to communicate. Trump didn't get hit in the head with a baseball, and yet he called Gavin Newsom the fucking president and then made fun of people. Oh, yeah. For a hot minute. And my Trump phone's still not here. We're going to live call them. We need to do that. We didn't never get to that. We're doing that. Trump steaks. That was bad. Oh. And then the Taj Mahal, they had to sell all the furniture in it. Cell phones still don't work Yeah, they haven't arrived yet. And the ones who have are fake and they don't work. Yeah, and you know what? Maybe they will, and that's their choice. That's all I'll say about that. That's their choice. The port of Hormuz is open to everybody but Israel and US right now. So the EU is not going to feel the tension. Nobody's going to feel the tension or the need to help us. We are on our own because this was a poor decision we made. And by we, I mean Trump. But the point is, Gilly and Jeffrey were obsessed with finding Atlantis. I don't know if you guys knew that. That's in the files too. That one of the reasons she started the Terramar Project was because of her obsession with Atlantis. And if you go to the Little St. James pictures on the island in the Epstein files, or if you go back to the first time we talked about it, a lot, like when we were going through all the pictures from the first drop, that's where you're going to see a lot of Atlantis themes in the New York house. He had entire rooms completely redone, and he talks about getting a decorator, a designer for it, specifically themed around Atlantis. And the same on Little St. James more so. He had a ton of Atlantis shit around. They were very weird. They were obsessed with the ocean, Mia. And the whole thing is, that was one of those situations where Jeffrey and Jelaine, they could talk about eugenics all day. They were buddies. They could actually, like, they weren't just boyfriend, girlfriend, possible cohort spies. A weird conservatorship thing he had over her due to Robert Maxwell's death, whatever it was. Why ever he was paying her that much money, but also, like, I say husband and wife, but they weren't married. You know what I mean? Like, the whole relationship with them was also besties. It was weird. But, like, he was always, based on what I've read, it seems, the impression that I get, if you will, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, he was always the, like, deep thinker about, like, infinity, space, what is this, what is that? But a lot of it is surface level. Like, I don't think he actually cared. He seems to just repeat questions that he sees from columnists, other scientists, and he kind of regurgitates their jargon. Gilly is more into, like, gossip. And it's very interesting because the one thing besides gossip she really loves is the ocean. And she's always trying to divert his attention towards that. And she seems to be able to quite a bit, to the point where she gets him thinking, like, is there Atlantis? What's up with the ocean? Is it forever? How deep does it go? And so they were both very obsessed with Atlantis. Yeah, like, someone who, does that make sense? So, like, it's exactly, like, I don't know if you're fucking with me or not, but I think that's a great yes. Like, a surface level deep thinker. Like, he's pretending to be a deep thinker, and he can kind of keep up with them in communication, but I don't think he actually cares, nor do I think anything he's saying is an original thought. It's just something he saw. A poser, it's very, and it reminds me of how spies have to behave, you know? Also, hello, Turd. Nice to see you, Turd. We just started. You missed nothing. Just kidding. We're 2 hours in. He's no Einstein. Tell you that much. All right. He doodled in it. Jeez. Good callback. Good call. He's like, look at Atlantis. Isn't it neat? What if I killed myself and that would be complete? And then Jilly's like, no, not you. What if the CIA did it? Yep. He was definitely like, I'll be the waffle. I'm just here to arrange the party. I'm just the guy who gets the party together and then watches everyone fuck. Like, he's a weirdo, dude. He's a weirdo. And he also has his fake ass Harvard cred. He wears the Harvard shirt, but he's no Harvard. Look at them apples. All right, I'm going to let Marcus finish, and then we're going to look at some emails.
Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Where did they go? I think they died. I think you actually killed them.
They drowned.
Yeah.
Robert, they are gone.
Yeah, and my $1 million boat is broken because of you.
I would like to become a salmon.
Yeah, you know what? Like, that's cool, Marcus. I mean, we all have aspirations. I'm an alligator.
I would like to gain citizenship with the aquatic salmon population.
Okay. Is that why we're going to?
Look at that blue dress. Isn't it neat? What is that stain? Is it the president's skeet? I'm so sorry.
Atlantis? It's a beautiful sky, isn't it?
I'm becoming a salmon.
Okay. I'm not a fish fucker, by the way. You gotta stop calling me that. What do you mean help? If you're a salmon, you need to know how to swim. Oh, God.
Robert.
Are you okay? Okay. I'm coming in there. Ah. Okay. Now I'm full. Why are we even jumping so high? Okay. Get up. Are you okay? Oh, God. Stop. You're slapping me. How about we just, like, go to a restaurant instead? I don't know.
You've saved my life.
You're welcome, Marcus. You want to catch a fish?
I am no longer a salmon, Robert.
Okay, what are you now?
I've changed my ways.
Okay. Whoa, Marcus, look! I caught a shark!
I know you wanted me to be a salmon.
I caught a shark, Marcus. You want to see it? Here, I'll give it to you. Hold on.
You're gonna fuck it.
I'm not gonna fuck a shark, first of all, okay? Second of all, here, I'll show you it.
You fish fucker.
I'm not a fish fucker. Stop telling people that. Look. You want to hold it? Dude, that's so cool. What did you do? You knocked it into the water.
It's gone.
I know. It's like my hopes and dreams, Marcus.
My dreams of becoming a salmon. Your dreams of becoming the tuna. The tuna fish, Robert.
Want to just go to Applebee's?
Applebee's is gone.
What do you mean Applebee's is gone? I refuse to believe that Applebee's is gone.
All of them.
Every single Applebee's in existence is just gone. Like, did they close down?
Yes.
Okay, you want to go to Chili's?
Robert.
Applebee's is gone is a good shirt idea. Fight me about it, but I think it is.
Want to just go to Applebee's?
Applebee's is gone.
What do you mean Applebee's is gone? I refuse to believe that Applebee's is gone.
All of them.
Every single Applebee's in existence is just gone. Like, did they close down?
Yes.
Okay, you want to go to Chili's?
Robert, we must go to war.
And there we go. And now we're at war. So now you see where it started. Now you see where this hell started. Melissa, since you are late, I'd like to catch you up. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and catch you up. Guys, we're going to take 1 minute to catch Melissa up. Are you ready? Turd, are you ready? Turd, it's for you. We're so glad to have you here and we love you to death. Turd, this is all you need to know about what you missed, okay? Here is a crash course summary in the last 2 hours. Okay, so that is what we have been doing. That's just a little bit of what we've been up to. Okay, so there's that. Anything else? What else have we been doing while you were gone? Oh, yeah. We got a little bit of this.
The Dow right now is over. The Dow is over $50,000. I don't.
And then right after that, this happened.
I just gonna get another one.
Big silly
like,
thing.
I won't do that again.
Don't get bulldog.
Sherman, what? That took all of my mind. I got the whole thing on video. That took all of my mind to get him out the first time. I knew he was about to do it again.
I know. Come on. We're going to do this again. Last time.
Come on, Sherman. And this time, he need a leash on now. He must have fun getting out the first time. Don't get in another one.
Sherman!
Okay.
Yeah, well, there's a leash over here for him.
Okay.
Or a leash, I don't know.
Okay, so that is everything that happened. Oh, yeah, but then this. Okay. Yeah, Flava Flav was there. Flava Flav was there, as he always is. He's always in the room. Flava Flav is always close by. Okay, we're about to do Epstein stuff. We're about to look at Epstein emails. I've got some wild ones for you today. And I see Steven is here. Steven, earmuffs. Just kidding. Take the earmuffs off tonight, Steven. You know why? Because I have an announcement. I don't know if you were here earlier. I went down a Clinton wormhole for you, buddy. Okay? I was hell bent. I was like, I'm going to find some fucking... I know Clinton did a lot of bad shit, okay? That's why I was heartbroken. I don't know if you remember that. I was kind of in love with the guy at 10, which is too young, but I was. But I was like, I'm sure he did some stuff because I started getting paranoid. Like, fucking, what if he did? You know? So I started digging in. And I didn't find any proof of that in the emails yet. Not done with him. Already went through Hillary. Still maintained. She's done a lot of horrific shit, but nothing in the emails regarding Epstein. Now, I did find some other Clinton stuff, and it got weird, Stephen. It got weird because that led to Monica stuff. Okay? He had a procedure. Tell Mr. Beans, tell Mr. Roasted Beans, Andrew, that I hope he feels better and Hugan will be praying for him. Hello, his airness. Hello, his airness. Nice to see you. Yeah, no, I mean, here's the thing. They're all corrupt. Like, I think the only politician that might not be corrupt could be, I think actually AOC might not be. And that's what fucks her. We need to corrupt her a little bit. You know, I think we do. It was not, so here's the thing. Bubba is Gene's brother. It's someone totally different. I actually found proof of who Bubba is in the emails, but we will, we will go over that. So there's a guy named Gene that is friends with all of them. Gene's brother is someone named Bubba. And that's, I believe, who they were actually talking about. Here's the thing. Oh yeah, now she is. She went to Boston University and started playing stocks, though, right? And she gets paid pretty well. Actually, her salary is pretty high now compared to well, bartenders make a lot of fucking money though if you're in the right place. And I think she was in Manhattan. I have a comedian friend who was the bartender who made a lot of money, like over 180,000 a year. But I don't know. I don't know how busy it was where they lived. So we are going to go over some of the weird stuff that I found, but also some of the weird, I mean, honestly, some of it is just, I'm like, I can't believe they're joking about this, or I can't believe this is like a thing that's in an email that these people discuss. It's a lot of like random shit. And when you try to figure out the context, that's where the rabbit hole lies. Okay. But some of it is very direct. And by the way, another distraction. Before we get started, can I recommend a documentary to you guys? The Murdoch family documentary about Rupert Murdoch and his family. I don't know if I told you guys this yet. Holy shit, it's incredible. It's insane. It's terrifying. They're all a bunch of greedy fuckface bastards, except sweet baby James, of course. Always a James. That son, you know, he got caught up in some grubby things, but he got out, and the way they treated him was wrong. But I had no idea that the show Succession is based on them, but also led them to get embroiled in a big lawsuit because the show Succession, when they watched it, they realized, oh my God, what's happening in this episode could happen to us. And that led to a chain of events that led to a lawsuit amongst the family that destroyed the family because they all watched an episode of Succession and gossiped over it. And that just blows my mind. And I don't know who did the doc. Oh, you mean like what network? It's on Netflix. It's on Netflix, and it is fucking phenomenal. They're all horrible people, but it is a phenomenal documentary. It's very interesting. And it goes into a lot of the Hollywood elites. And dare I say, there are people in there that are in the Epstein files. There are people discussing it. Yeah, it was produced by Netflix. But it's really, really, really good. It's really good. So I recommend that. So Succession was really, now I want to watch Succession. Before I didn't give a fuck about it. I thought it was about the McMahons, and I was like, they'll never get it right. So I ignored it. But now that I know it's about the Murdochs and I've seen the Murdoch documentary, I am very into watching Succession, and I will. It's like when I doubted The Wire. Like, why would I ever do that? Ended up being one of the greatest. It ended up being one of the greatest. Hello, Derek. Uh-oh. StreamYard went out. Oh, it's back. Okay, so back to his emails, but his emails. Also, Melissa, one more thing. And everybody, we are now getting into Epstein territory. We're about to talk about Epstein, just in case you didn't know. Disclaimer.
Send this to someone on the Epstein list. Hello, scoundrel. If you are panicking right now because you may have done some crimes, don't worry. Using airtight logic, I've designed a fashion that will absolve you of any sin. I am not on the Epstein list. And also there is no list. And also there is one, but it's fake. Please comment. Obama made me do it.
Okay. So that's what we're doing now. First, we've looked at this before, but I have different context for you now. And in addition, when we saw this email before, it ended right here with yes. So this is, I believe, when him and Thomas landed. I believe Thomas is the New York Times. Oh shit, I can't remember. Yeah, I think he's the New York. Yes, I believe he's the New York Times guy. This is connection, his hookup at the New York Times that Epstein had. Everyone had one. Actually, when Trump was going through his divorce with Ivana, I believe that was a battle between the New York Post and another paper, and they would go back and forth trading blows. In the Murdochs, you know, their family owns the paper, and they use the paper to talk shit to each other, the press, if you will. And it's no different if we go back in time to 2015 and we see how the press, yeah, it is the New York Times. He's the financial reporter. We see how the press is used. Yeah, Daily News was the one they were fighting with. It was Daily News versus the New York Post. So over here, what? I didn't censor anything. You're lying. You're not getting censored. Who said? I actually have no words censored anymore. I took them out. I even took out feet so you guys can say feet. Tabloid wars. Exactly. That's what it was. Kieran Culkin's in it. Oh, great. Then I'm going to love it. I'm going to love it. See, look, bananas. I would never censor bananas. So Landon Thomas Jr., he's always communicating with Jeffrey about just bullshit. Mainly a lot of like gossip and like, look at what so-and-so said. And in this case, he's discussing with Jeffrey Epstein the Trump story that is starting to get replayed because Trump's about to run for president. Or he's in the process of running for president at this time. And I believe he may have even, was he elected by, yeah, I think he was. Yep, he'd been elected a month prior. And so all the media, like they would do for any president, is muckraking, okay? And Landon Thomas Jr. sends this to Jeffrey Epstein. Guy from the New York Times financial column sends this to Epstein. He says, I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. Trump booms from a speakerphone. He's a lot of fun to be with. Even if it's said he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side, no doubt about it, Jeffrey enjoys his social life, quote, unquote. And he's showing him that. And he says, now everyone coming to me thinking I have juicy info on you and Trump because of this. That story will never die. So he's telling Jeffrey this. He's like, everyone's bothering me because they know I know you. And here's the quote from Trump that they're bugging me about. And then Jeffrey tells the reporter, would you like photos of Donald and girls in bikinis in my kitchen? And then Landon says, yes, all caps, all exclamation points, 3 of them. And then this is the last part of the email that I had never seen before, because you know how there's duplicates? Well, in those duplicates, there are duplicates that have an extra line, there literally is a copy. There are 4 copies of just the one from Landon. And then there are 4 copies of Landon with the response from Jeffrey. And then there are 4 more copies of Landon response from Jeffrey, then this response, and then 4 more of the next response. So that's why you're getting so many duplicates, right? So I had never made it to the last one. And this is what came from a search for Marla Maples. Why? Because I had seen how obsessed Jeffrey was with Monica Lewinsky, apparently, according to his friends, with all the jokes they make. That I thought, well, let's type in all the ex-girlfriends, the chick with fart in her name. Let's type in Trump's exes. Let's type in Paula Flowers. Let's type in, or no, Jennifer Flowers. Let's type in Paula. Let's type in fucking Monica. Let's type in all of them. Like Trump's, Clinton's, every president's. Let's type in fucking the Bush twins. Let's see what Jeffrey was talking about or knew about any presidents who were around from the time he was an adult or doing his scheming and meddling to now. Paula Jones. There you go. Sorry. And so, of course, once I get to, I put in Ivana too. I put in all of them. When I got to Marla, this popped up and I went, I didn't know there was another response in this email chain. When we bet that Marla Maples was pregnant, I almost sent him $10,000 of baby food. The Hawaiian Tropic girls all have photos. He was the judge. So Jeffrey is telling Landon, yes, I have photos of him with girls in bikinis in my kitchen. And that was back when Marla, she did end up being pregnant with Tiffany. So we now know that. So see how looking back in time, we now know that he was right. Apparently won the bet. But it was back when Marla Maples was pregnant. I almost something and sent him $10,000 of baby food. The Hawaiian Tropic girls all have photos. He was the judge. Remember, he judged the Hawaiian Tropic competition. So going back and learning about Marla Maples and how that all went, because if you missed the beginning, I was talking about this story where I think it's crazy. It's like the most epic fight story I've heard about. Well, I guess adultery and presidents, aside from all the shit that happened with JFK supposedly and Marilyn Monroe. But with this one, there were witnesses, and it was when Trump was still with Ivana, and he brought her and the kids on vacation. It was while Taj Mahal was being built, and they go to Aspen, and he was currently cheating on Ivana with fucking Marla Maples. And he didn't want to leave Marla behind. He wanted his side piece there. So he flies in Marla Maples to Aspen, and he has his wife and kids staying in the same hotel with his mistress. And he's going back and forth hanging out with both of them. And then, of course, they're sitting in a cafe eating, and Marla comes in. And Marla gets in a fight with Ivana and just walks up to her and is like, I want your husband and you're going to give him to me. And everyone saw. And it was fucking crazy. And that is how Ivana Trump found out her husband was cheating on her. So, yeah, pretty much. And also, that person's a fucking liar. So that's what happened. And then everybody told their stories of it. And oddly, usually the versions will be different. They were all the same. Would you believe it? So it's wild because the Hawaiian Tropic situation, okay, I believe was before the Aspen trip. Which means that Marla Maples was likely already pregnant in Aspen when she picked that fight with Ivana. And the fact that there was a bet on it, it's kind of crazy how the Epstein files put that in perspective for me. I did not realize that. Now, here is the bombshell. I'm going to put it up front. We're going to do this as one of the first ones. So I'm kind of shocked that a lot of people are not showing this. And maybe it's because it's kind of hard to find. The only reason I ended up finding this had to do with, again, Marla Maples. This came up in the search. I decided to read it. Then I realized, January 7th, 2020. This is when they're in a transition period going into the Biden administration. And the assistant U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York, who was now being ousted from office, was emailing the new people this information. So this would be the USDNY assistant U.S. attorney under Trump's first admin from 2016 to 2020, informing the new admin of this information. And I'm going to read it to you now. For your situational awareness, wanted to let you know that the flight records we received yesterday reflect that Donald Trump traveled on Epstein's private jet many more times than previously has been reported or that we were aware, including during the period we would expect to charge in a Maxwell case. In particular, he is listed as a passenger on at least 8 flights between 1993 and 1996, including at least 4 flights on which Maxwell was also present. He is listed as having traveled with, among others, and at various times, Marla Maples, his daughter Tiffany, and his son Eric. On one flight in 1993, him and Epstein are the only 2 listed passengers. On another, the only 3 passengers are Epstein, Trump, and then 20-year-old blankety blankety blank. On 2 other flights, 2 of the passengers, respectively, were women who would be possible witnesses in a Maxwell case. This is very important. I want to read that again. On 2 other flights, 2 of the passengers, respectively, were women who would be possible witnesses in a Maxwell case. We've just finished reviewing the full records, more than 100 pages of very small script, and didn't want any of this to be a surprise down the road. The day before Trump is supposed to, I believe, be sworn in, right? Or officially take office. Or was this inauguration? I don't remember. The day in January that matters. The day before Trump's technical official start date. The U.S. Assistant District Attorney for the Southern District of New York, or U.S. Attorney, is informed or discovers, presumably by discovery from the Maxwell case that had just come out, based on the context provided, the day before, I'm sorry, not Trump, but Biden is supposed to be sworn in. The day before, the U.S. attorney from the previous administration, from Trump, yes, January 6th, God damn it, yes. But literally the day before Biden is taking over, it's like, by the way, just found out the president we've had the last 4 years, yeah, he lied about all that stuff. He was totally on the flights. Here's who he was with. Not only is that shocking and crazy, just weird timing, right? Oh, by the way, just real quick, I just found this out today. Like, what? But you have to remember the prosecutor who would have turned that evidence over to the U.S. attorney who was prosecuting Epstein and Maxwell would have been Todd Blanche. So this assistant U.S. attorney likely, I mean, without a doubt, because that's where the evidence came from, got this information from Todd Blanche and his fellow prosecutors. Because remember, he was working on that case. And now they're saying, hey, look, here's all the times that he flew that we were previously unaware of. Okay. But here's what's crazy as fuck. This was with Maxwell. Okay. And then on 2 other flights, 2 of the passengers, respectively, were women who would be possible witnesses in a Maxwell case. Why is this important? I'm going to show you in a minute, and it's going to blow your fucking mind. But let's look at the responses. Thanks very much. Who are the 2 potential Maxwell witnesses? The new attorney wants to know. I believe they are blank blank, their initials, and at least blank may have changed her name in the interim. We haven't yet spoken to either. So they're being told that not only does Maxwell have a case that is active, which means the person they are informing this to, the person who's about to take over office under Biden, they're saying, just so you know, the president lied. He was on this plane. We just found out. Could be potential information for the Maxwell case. But the problem is we're prosecuting the Maxwell case right now. So there's nothing they can do about it. Does this make sense? They set it up so that Ghislaine Maxwell would be going to trial. Therefore, exactly, Derek, Merrick Garland couldn't do shit about it. Why? Because the evidence is fucking sealed. It's in trial. They can't release this information. And now they're being told, by the way, the case that is actively about to be prosecuted, that we're doing, I think it was motions hearings maybe at that point, I would have to look on the timeline. But there is an active case against Ghislaine Maxwell. And the president not only lied, but he was with her a lot. And that case is active, which means she's already being prosecuted, but Epstein's already dead. Just thought you should know. But also, we haven't spoken to the 2 witnesses who can attest to this, who were there on the flight logs, who were with them. And they already had a witness list out. That had already been done. So now they can't, they put potential witnesses. But we think one changed your name, and these are this one's initials. So here's what's also interesting. If you go to the Ghislaine Maxwell court information, the record, it shows that Jane Doe 1 and 2 are 2 people who are named. One of those people is a woman named Marina Lacerda. She just did one of the most epic interviews I've ever seen on Soft White Underbelly, where she talks about her life, how she met Jeffrey, how it worked, and how she herself had to provide girls to Jeffrey, and in what context she felt pressured to do that, and why, and her situation, and how for years she still talked to him, and how she didn't see until much later, essentially, that what was being done to her was wrong because of the abuse that she went through with her stepdad. How she was supporting multiple families at the time. How this all started when she was 14. It's incredible. Oh, yeah. I watched it the other night, Tiff. There was another one I thought you were talking about. There's actually a few. He's interviewed quite a few of the victims. He says he's going to keep interviewing them. But what's crazy about it is Lacerda, yeah, Trump hired her lawyer. Lacerda, if you go look in Ghislaine's shit, in the court records, everything that Lacerda says lines up with those records. If you go listen to the interviews, which I actually posted on this channel of the girls, I believe you can hear her interview talking. I believe it's under ML. But what's also interesting is that in 2020, she was extremely credible. But in 2020, they were going to need to pull new witnesses for the Maxwell case. And there are other emails where they reference how there were girls that were involved in the Epstein case that were from New York. But because Maxwell wasn't tried the first time in Palm Beach, those girls might still be accessible to be 2 potential Maxwell, witnesses. And the only 2 that would have been there that were considered Jane Doe 1 and 2, one of them would have been Lacerda. Which is why I'm curious why the U.S. attorney at the time for the SDNY in 2020 didn't speak to either. And I do believe that this could be them because the second one changed her name, allegedly. So we have proof that in 2020, our government was not only aware. I mean, this is way before. I mean, this is fucking crazy. This is before the second election. They could have saved us from all this hell. Or could they? Because again, there was an ongoing active case. I think so too. I think so too. I hope they don't. They better not. They don't want it on record. But it's wild to me that they didn't redact this. I think this was a mistake. Because the follow-up attachments, again, Here's why. Because there's 4 copies of this thread where it's just this message and this message. And then there's 4 copies of just this top message. But there's only one where it includes this. And it's this link right here. Pretty fucking crazy. Here is a document from 2008, by the way. If you do go watch the Soft White Underbelly interview, which I'll link below, it's incredible. If you have any questions about the credibility of one of Epstein's victims, everything this woman says in this interview in 2026 lines up to a T with her interview 18 years ago in 2008. And with all the information in this document right here. And this is why I think it's important to have context to some of this stuff, because you can line up what people say and use it as fact checking. If she says Jeffrey drove a green truck at the time and he never owned a green truck, well, that kind of can chip away at credibility. So this is from Brendan White about a grand jury appearance. This is all a lawyer and court people and all that discussing with the assistant U.S. attorney in Palm Beach this case back in 2008 when they were prosecuting Epstein. Now, Lacerda was from New York, but they obviously found things like school schedules and shit like that for the girls. And so they contacted her, and she talks about the moment they come to her house and they're like, hey, we need to fucking talk to you. How scared she was. How they made her go in front of a grand jury. So let's go ahead and look at this. Dear Mr. White, Miss Lacerda will need to appear before the grand jury on July 1st to give testimony. Please contact my assistant, Blank and Blake, to make travel arrangements. I expect that Blake's testimony will begin either late morning or early afternoon, but she should be available for the whole day. Brendan, we will be there and I will make the travel arrangements. I'm assuming that this will be done in connection with an order of immunity. Remember, if you saw the interview, you'll recall her talking about it. If you haven't yet, she talks about how she agreed to immunity, or they agreed to an immunity charge, but then I believe they tried to like redact it or make changes to it. And then she ended up getting it. Please let me know if this is correct so I can advise so-and-so. Dear Mr. White, please feel free to add your own to make your own travel arrangements, but if you would like blank travel costs to be reimbursed, they must be made through the government's approved agency on the approved carriers. Regarding the immunity at this point, without a written proffer from you regarding the substance of her anticipated testimony, I believe that the more prudent course will be to question blank to determine the limits of her Fifth Amendment exposure, and if necessary, to apply to the court at that time. If you provide me with a written proffer that summarizes her anticipated testimony and explains how she will be exposed to criminal liability, then I can make the motion ahead of time. Your written statement would be treated as an attorney statement made in the course of a confidential plea discussion and related negotiations. It will be governed by blah, blah. So this is the U.S. attorney saying basically, listen, I don't know about no fucking plea deal, but if you write down what she anticipates that could be criminal, we can work one out and we'll do it as part of this anticipated agreement, and we'll all do it on the record, but confidentially. As long as she testifies. And she talks about this too, about her concern about that. Yeah, because she procured girls and was threatened. But at the same time, remember the girls she brought Jeffrey were 19, 20, and that's what pissed him off. Is he wanted her 14-year-old little sister, and she fucking freaked out on him. Yeah, I would definitely shit my pants. Dear so-and-so, I understand that there's been a recent development with respect to Mr. Epstein that he intends to plead guilty in Florida State Court on Monday pursuant to a deferred prosecution agreement with your office that has already been executed. Since this would seem to obviate any, I think he means obfuscate, or his obviate a word. I need to look that up. Any need for blank to testify, Please let me know what is going on with respect to this Tuesday. Do we still need to come down there? And if so, will she receive court-ordered immunity? Thanks. Again, she's coming from New York, and they just found out Epstein struck a sweetheart deal, and they're a little pissed about it. Dear Mr. White, if Mr. Epstein enters a plea in accordance with the agreement on Monday, then the subpoena will be withdrawn. At this point, so again, they're not going to know till the day before whether or not they have to go all the way to Florida. At this point, I have not received confirmation that the change of plea is going to occur, nor have I received information confirming the plea deal will be in conformance with our agreement. As such, at this time, I intend to present Blank's testimony to the grand jury on Tuesday. With respect to the immunity question, I refer you to my email of June 23rd, which is shown below. If the situation changes, I will contact you. This is a hell of a position for a lawyer to be in. I've learned from Mr. Epstein's attorney that the plea is scheduled to take place Monday morning. I understand, of course, but if you need confirmation of this before withdrawing the subpoena, but it might make logistical sense to consider putting the contingent appearance off another week at this point to avoid our having to make an unnecessary trip to Florida. Although I'm confident that things will proceed as scheduled, should there be a problem, we would then be able to appear at a later date. Brendan White. Just to give you an idea of how badly they fucked over the victims didn't know. The victims who were there to testify against him and what he did to them did not know up until the day he took the plea agreement that they were not going to be needed. Obviate means to prevent something. Excellent. Thank you. So obfuscate means to avoid. Oh, obfuscate. Obfuscate. It doesn't matter. The point is, not only were a lot of victims not even contacted about this deal, but imagine you're supposed to go sit in front of a court and finally get your day in court to say what this person did to you. And you're flying in from New York and you're broke and you're poor. You don't have a lot of family. You're taking care of the ones you do have. You got to take care of your little sister too. And now you've been inconvenienced by a pedophile in the FBI. And they want you to relive everything after putting all this pressure on you. And then the day before you're supposed to fly in, you find out maybe you might not be needed. Why? Because he's going to get probation for a year? For sex trafficking minors? Oh, and by the way, he pled to a lesser charge. So now it's prostitution, which means not only are you not getting your day in court, and not only do you not get a say in any of it, no one's going to hear what you went through, but also they're calling you a prostitute when you were 14. Disgusting. This is a hell of a way to treat a victim. So disturbing. So disturbing. Okay. Next up. This is some of the weird Clinton stuff. I'll do a little bit of this. This is for you, Stevie. This is fucking wild. So I told you how G-Max, aka Jelaine, loves to gossip. Oh, she loves to gossip. Oh, she loves it. She sent Jeffrey a lot of these. A lot of these. This was 2009. So this is right in the heat of his situation. Now, here's what's weird. I'm going to give you a little insight into what I personally think is going on here, but this is just my opinion for entertainment purposes only. There was a point when Prince Andrew and Fergie, and I showed you this a while back, on the day we started with the Andrew stuff. Prince Andrew and Fergie were asked by Epstein to write a letter attesting to his character or that he's a good guy for him to present to the court, but also a public statement that he was a good guy or he was innocent. Just something standing up for him. And they said no. And the reason we know that happened is because Sarah apologizes. Fergie apologizes to him for that. And not only that, but the press secretary at Buckingham Palace is also in the email chain and basically lets Jeffrey down on behalf of Sarah Ferguson. And then she follows up with, I'm sorry they wouldn't let me, Jeffrey. You know I love you. I adore you. And this whole time she's trying to fuck him while apologizing and going, obviously they wouldn't let me defend a sex offender. Otherwise I would, my love. So when the first case in Palm Beach was happening, they thought it would be helpful if he also had some famous people with pull write letters to his character to attest to it. Some of those people they reached out to, they were big asks. Again, Sarah, Andrew. Not only that, but people in New York like Trump, the Clintons. They asked a lot of people. Now remember, when people were talking shit on Ghislaine, Trump said she's a very nice lady. She's great. And then pretended he didn't know her. Epstein, wonderful. I heard he likes girls young like I do. And then he ignored him. But when Trump said the comments about Jeffrey liking him young and stuff, this was after, in addition to before, the sex trafficking situation. He had made multiple comments to tabloids about Epstein being a party guy or fun guy. And then it was, I don't know him. Now with the Clintons, it's interesting because they cut him off before any of this stuff happened, it seems. I'm trying to figure out what I'd like to know is why exactly. Because we know that the reason Bill gave is not going to be true. Like it's whatever it is. He's lying. He's a liar. Hillary doesn't even remember him, and nor is there any proof that she ever met him. But why did Bill? Because they're like wearing Poochie shirts and shit around a pool, hanging out with Ghislaine. Ghislaine went to the wedding, but Jeffrey didn't. Ghislaine donated a bunch of money to the Clinton Foundation. Hell, so did Trump, but Jeffrey didn't. Keep in mind, at one point in time, Trump, Jeffrey, and Clinton were all boys. They were all boys. Yeah, he was out of office, too, for a long time at that point. So what's weird about it is, why would he even ask Bill or Hillary or any of these people? I mean, I get Fergie. She's always tried to fuck him. Or did he? I mean, there seems to be insinuations that he asked these things. People saying, well, did you ask so-and-so? Shit like that. Oh, did you ask Peggy? Oh, did you hit up Mr. Murdoch? Like shit like that. Like, but what's weird is Ghislaine is friends, close friends with the Clintons and Hillary. She's attending Chelsea's wedding. She's doing all this shit. There didn't seem to be a big fallout. But those are her friends. She introduced them to Epstein. So why is it that her and Jeffrey always do this? They have this in common. They talk shit about their friends. I mean, even Jeffrey talks shit to Soon Yi about Woody. And he talks shit to all his friends about Woody, all his friends about Bannon, to Bannon about everybody. He talks shit about all his friends. And it seems Ghislaine does too. One of the things she forwarded Jeffrey Epstein in 2009, title forward, FYI, read below, please. She sends this to him. Hillary Clinton, fed up with her husband Bill's cheating, secretly met with a top lawyer and drew up divorce papers. She also compiled a list of his lovers to use as ammunition in the split. And it's National Enquirer. Interesting thing to note. Who runs National Enquirer? Oddly, at the time, this would have been the guy who did the catch and kill stories for Trump. Remember Trump had someone catch and kill the Karen McDougal story? Fascinating. So why is Gilly sending him stuff about the divorce? The Clinton divorce. Here's another one that tripped me out. So, and this is fucking wild. Okay, let me pull this up. So this is, I believe, Soon Yi talking to Jeffrey. I believe this is the revenge one. It made me wonder, is he pissed at the Clintons for dumping him? And is that why he talks about getting revenge? And why he always jokes with his friends about wanting to meet or fuck Monica Lewinsky? Okay. So let's start at the top here. So this is him and Soon Yi, Woody's wife. Jeffrey says, travel safe. Soon Yi, thank you. Thank you for making our stay in Florida so enjoyable. We're on the plane now. Can you do dinner Wednesday or Thursday instead? Oh, can you two do dinner Wednesday or Thursday instead? It autocorrected. We can't do lunch on Thursday as lunches are very difficult for us. We already have dinner plans on Wednesday. Let me see if I can switch that to Thursday. We can do dinner Wednesday. Thanks. She sent him something. How did Edward get your information? Did you give it to him? Woody said he doesn't even have your information. He got it from Karen's. Who is that person and why did she give it to Edward? Karina. She is kind. Karina is Jeffrey's girlfriend at the time. Too kind. Too kind at your expense, Karina says. Soon Yi says about Karina. I don't want her giving out my information without checking with me first, Soon Yi says. So she's telling Jeffrey, tell your fucking girlfriend not to give my information out. She doesn't have it. Thank God. I don't know if kind is the right word. I would say foolish. Kind. So now Soon Yi's pissed and calling his girlfriend foolish. Soon Yi, who likes Sarah Ferg, seems to have a bit of a crush on Jeffrey. Debatable, winky face. Woody, why is your daughter girlfriend talking to a pedophile like this? I like the idea of Monica, he says. You would sex offenders dinner, says Soon Yi. Whoops, says Jeffrey. Did you get in touch with Todd? Was he helpful? When I ask Monica, will it be just the four of us? I want to be able to tell her who will be at the dinner. From Monica Lewinsky. Now keep in mind, Soon Yi Previn just ripped on Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend, called Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend a fucking idiot, essentially, a fool, arranged dinner for them, set up a dinner date, and it's going to be her and Woody. And then she says she's arranging Monica Lewinsky to be there. And we'll text her to see if she'll go on a date with Jeffrey Epstein. From Monica Lewinsky, you're so sweet to think of me. Thank you. I'm in California till later this month. I'm sure we'll find a time to all connect. And JP may have hurt feelings if he's not included. Okay, says Jeffrey, you're both nuts. Was this for me? It's a complete non sequitur. It was unprovoked. Book delivered. The questions that you want answered by Woody for your friend's son is within my control, so you'll have that on Wednesday. I'm dependable. Kathy was shocked by your gift. I kept on telling you that it wasn't my gift. I want no part of it. It was Woody's idea entirely. You're a little thick. Do you mean fat? No, your brain is like a brick. You don't learn. I wanted to give you a picture of Woody and myself, an appropriate picture. Winky face. She'd been sending inappropriate pictures of her to Epstein? If I hear from people that you have told them that these books are from me, I don't know what I will have to do to you. It might have to be the termination of our friendship. You want those questions answered by Woody, don't you? If I were you, I'd throw those books in the garbage. I don't like those at all. Call when free. Sad to say we did not win the lottery. Shame. I watched Husbands and Wives. Great. I hope you stayed awake for the entire thing. I know your attention seems to wane. Seems? You're right. I was being kind. Does. Trying new emotions? Was this filmed during the crisis? So, Jeffrey went and saw Woody's movie, fucking hated it. Discussed that with Bannon. They made fun of Soon-Yi and Woody for walking out of Woody's own premiere early because it sucks so bad. Apparently, according to Soon-Yi in prior emails, I'm giving you context now, Woody was having a bit of a mental breakdown. Also, the gift they gave Jeffrey, I do believe, was like a thong or chones or some shit. And she was making a dick joke to him earlier. So now, was this filmed during the crisis? I believe was him making fun of Woody, saying during a midlife crisis. Why? Does it look like a low-budget movie? No, I meant the Mia crisis, as in Mia Farrow. 2 days before the movie was supposed to wrap, she found the infamous pictures. Whoops. Not only is that a lot to take in, the infamous pictures, they're talking about the pictures of him with his own daughter. And Soon-Yi is making fun of that. A daughter who got molested, by the way. Disgusting. And the whoops is anytime Jeffrey, in my opinion, it's weird because anytime he does something to fuck someone over and the consequences of that come out to the public and his friends or Steve Bannon says, did you see this, this, and this? He goes, whoops. Like, ooh, I wonder how they got that. So it's really weird that those pictures come out of Woody while Soon-Yi is flirting with billionaire pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. And these pictures come out destroying Woody, causing a crisis. And then he winky faces and throws in a whoops. Makes me wonder, did Jeffrey have a hand in that too? Was he trying to be with Soon-Yi? What the fuck? Now back to the Monica Lewinsky thing, because Jeffrey is obsessed, so much so that I believe this one is Sultan bin. I think this is Sultan bin Salayem, the guy who did the torture video. I think this is the one from him. Okay, Jeffrey, I have a great solution. Marry Monica Lewinsky and blow the Kardashians off the air with $1 billion reality show and laugh all the way to the bank. Best revenge ever. Revenge against who? Marrying Monica Lewinsky is something Clinton always wanted to do but couldn't. Revenge on the Clintons? Exactly. Exactly. He, not only does Soon-Yi try to get him to dinner, no, because Jeffrey likes Hillary. He loves Hillary. He tried donating to her through a shell company. He wanted to attend her dinners, but he didn't want to fuck her shit up. He tried to meet her so much, and she refused to meet him. And you know what's interesting? Bill Gates' wife did the same thing. She said, I'm done with that fucking prick. I never want to meet him again. She met him once, but didn't want to meet him anymore. She hated that dude. So much so, she divorced Bill Gates. And do you remember the emails where Jeffrey's like, let me talk to your wife. Let me talk to you. I'll talk to your wife. She'll hang out with you. He does the same thing with Woody. When he wants Woody to go on a boys' date. And Woody can't. And he goes, let me talk to Soon Yi. And then before you know it, emails back and forth with Soon Yi where he's flirting with her. Eva Dubin, it was, let me talk to your husband. And then they become besties and end up doing Ponzi schemes together. Same with the Lutnicks. Let me talk to your wife. Let me talk to Allison. And then all of a sudden they're communicating in besties. But what's weird is he could never get Bill Gates to let him talk to Melinda after that one meeting. He could never do it. Like, Bill was like, fuck no. But he also couldn't get Clinton or G-Max to bring Hillary. He couldn't get Lutnick to get him in with Hillary. He couldn't get Eva to get him with Hillary. He tried to get almost all the Hillary mentions in here, if they're not like sidebars or sent as like press releases about something going on in the news. It's either a dinner that Jeffrey's trying to donate to or get in on, Jeffrey talking politics with someone, them ripping on Hillary for Bill cheating on her, or him desperately trying to get a dinner, a meeting, a phone call, or an email with Hillary. And everybody blows him off. They're like, fuck no, you're never going to get that. It's pretty wild. Best revenge ever. Blow the Kardashians off the air with a reality show. No one's going to watch Pedophile Island. Sorry, not going to happen. But yeah, the Monica Lewinsky comments, the constant like, I want to get with her. I want to get with her. I want to go to lunch with her, blah, blah, blah. There's another one where he says Pegazi. And I want to find out who Pegazi is. So here's another weird one. This is Michael Wolff. Shit, I have to fucking go soon. I wanted the last hour to be Epstein stuff, but I'm exceeding, and I do have to go pick up the man. Okay, let's see. So this is Michael Wolff, the author of all the shit about Trump. That's what I'm insinuating. I'm wondering. I'll say that. I'm wondering. No, that's Frank Sinatra's kid, straight up. So this is weird. Michael Wolff, the journalist and book author who knows everything about the Trumps, and he's besties with these two, decides to just shoot Jeffrey an email. 2017, 5th of December. Tomorrow, December 5th, 20 years ago, Monica Lewinsky showed up on the Paula Jones witness list. Nothing since has been the same. The fuck? That's a weird holiday to celebrate and to bring up to Jeffrey Epstein. It's fucking weird. And revenge on who? Revenge on who? It's just like, who? These people. Now, this one I need to look more into. I want to find out. I don't know who this is, who sent him this. But I think this, I need to look at the timing. I don't know if this could be Masha or Karina. But it feels very Russian. Oh my God, blank is so political involved and has such a strong feminist influence. Today we judged Clinton about scandal with Monica Lewinsky, judged Hillary that she hasn't left him, and judged Vladimir Putin. We actually mention him every day. the fuck? The gout is over 50K. Gout by Gout West? Pfft. Gouty. So this Monica Lewinsky obsession is weird. Getting revenge on who? Here's what I'm going to show you next. Here, I'm going to show you two more things, and then I've got to go to Gout by Gout West. Okay? These two are weird. Today's outliers. Today is the weird outlier shit. The what the fucks, as I like to call them. We're going to end with this. This is my big fancy ending. Okay, are you ready? This is me
My father
telling
gets a job at the Palm Restaurant. My Uncle Junior works there, who is a Jehovah's Witness, believe it or not. He went from Catholic to Jehovah. So basically, my grandmother wanted us all to switch from Catholic to Jehovah. You know, meanwhile, we're from Harlem. My father's doing coke. You know, my mother thinks she's Aunt Margaret. She's teasing the hair with a bottle of vodka. You know, so dysfunctional, cross-addicted family, still cooking pasta on Sundays. And the meatballs, they wind up being burnt.
So, for those of you who wanted to know about the Bubba thing, if you go type Bubba in the DOJ, the whole fucking Epstein files library, you're going to get a couple of different responses or whatever you call it, fucking feedback. It's late. I'm tired. So this is between Jeffrey Epstein and his brother. This is the infamous Bubba email. A couple of you guys did want to see it the other day again, so we're going to show it to you now. How are you doing? A while back, you mentioned that you were pre-diabetic. Has anything changed with that? What is your boy Donald up to now? It's in 2018. All good. Bannon with me, says Jeffrey Epstein. Also 2018. Ask him if Putin has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba. Now this, in the context of the situation, i.e. it's his brother, they actually seem to be fairly honest with each other a lot. To the point where he'll tell him when Banna's with him. Even though he won't tell anybody else, it seems, when Bannon's with him unless they'll be impressed, like Eva. But in the context, Trump blowing Bubba and Vladimir Putin, would I believe he's talking about Bill Clinton? Fucking totally. Nasty bastards. But I implore you to go type in the word Bubba and see if you can find the document. I don't have time now. I'll find it tomorrow because I found it and then I forgot to put the link in. It might be page 6 or 7. We'll look at it tomorrow if we can. We'll definitely look at it the next one. But I implore you to go see how many times you see them mention Bubba, because every other time they mention Bubba, they're either talking about a horse that belonged to Jelaine, or they're talking about Gene's brother, whoever Gene's brother is. But this is the infamous email. And if you want to see more about blowing Bubba, just type in Bubba. See how many times they reference what I'm still counting them. But the Bubba references are typically about 3 potentials. Clinton, Gene's brother, or a horse. We need to figure out which one it is. And this is what we're going to end on. Let's find out what Sammy the Bull Gravano thinks about Jeffrey Epstein's death. Because why the fuck not? And also, kind of crazy that a fucking agent investigating the Epstein case right after his death would send this to another agent and say, file this under Weirdo Rama. And now that I think about it, it is fucking weird, but it's interesting. Because mob rat Sammy the Bull Gravano had a lot to say about Jeffrey Epstein. And I read it and I was like, this is wild. Okay. Mafioso turned canary Salvatore Gravano, in a wide-ranging new videotaped interview, even weighs in on some conspiracy theories surrounding pedophile Jeffrey Epstein's death. I was in 9 South, Gravano, a.k.a. Sammy the Bull, said in a YouTube chat, referring to the wing at the Met Correctional Center in Manhattan, where he spent time holed up years before Epstein. It don't take long to kill yourself. If he hung himself, I don't believe anybody killed him. I think he knew it was over and he took himself out, the former Gambino crime mobster said of the 66-year-old accused sex trafficker's death in August. Gravano, speaking on video for the first time in more than 2 decades, added that he is disgusted that the rich and famous, including former President Bill Clinton, chose to pal around with Epstein at various points. We also know he's a fucking degenerate, Gravano said of Clinton before adding, don't take that personal, Clinton, wherever you are, that I'm calling you a degenerate. First of all, we also know he's a fucking degenerate, Gravano said of Clinton before adding, don't take that personal, Clinton, wherever you are, that I'm calling you a degenerate is the best fucking line. Don't take this personally, guy, but you're a fucking degenerate, perverted piece of shit. But you are what you are. I'm a man, I understand. But when you hit a certain point, you got to keep your zipper closed. You can't be nailing a 21-year-old. She's old enough to know better, and I give you that. But still, you're in a tremendous position of power. But you're a douche. I don't even want to talk about you, he said, apparently referring to the married then president's Oval Office affair with White House intern Monica Lewinsky. A rep for Clinton did not return a request for comment Monday. Gravano was infamous for squealing on his mafia boss, John Gotti, in 92, helping to finally put the Dapper Don behind bars. The Bull was the highest-ranking mobster turncoat of all time. Gotti died while still behind bars in 2002. It's unclear whether Gravano is currently still making a living, where Gravano is currently living since being sprung from prison in 2017 after a nearly 18-year sentence for drug peddling. Public Affairs, U.S. Department of Justice. So, Sammy the Bull has standards, and he would never fucking hang out with a pedophile. So I just thought you guys should know that. Okay? Now, I think that it's time we end this episode. We'll do more tomorrow. Also, why are the analysts laughing that Sammy the Bull Gravano thinks he killed himself? Or are they laughing at the idea that other people don't think Epstein killed himself? And also, Public Affairs, U.S. Attorney's Office, why are you sending that to an analyst? That's kind of weird. Thank you very much, Mia. Thank you very much. Thank you. The mob has standards. We don't fucking hang out with pedophiles, the mafia said. I'll kill a guy with a cord in the woods, but I would never hang out with a pervert. I mean, shit. What are you going to do? You know? These are just a few of the odd ones. Oh, wait, I found the Gene's brother one. Look at this. This is also fucking crazy. Also, the way people are talking about a sex trafficking pedophile, the amount of people who work in public professional positions who are kikiing over it are so wild. But also, Jeffrey and his brother Mark talking about who's going to play who in a movie about XYZ feels like how people now talk about Jeffrey Epstein. Just saw a TV commercial for the book. At least your name wasn't mentioned. I think this was Michael Wolff's book they're talking about. Donnie D. Pascale is what he says. R.E. book. This is to Mark Epstein. So this is Jeffrey sending to his brother a response. Donnie D. Pascale. Just saw a TV commercial for the book. At least your name wasn't mentioned. Donnie D. Pascale. Okay. Is his response. And then from Jeffrey to Mark, he plays you. So he's saying, And then he's like, better than Larry, dick. If Gene's brother Bubba was still alive, he could play Warren. Who's Gene's brother? Play Warren who? Fitzgerald? Who are we talking about? Who would play who in the movie? About Trump? This is so confusing. These motherfuckers. Is that the Bubba? Is it? I don't know. Here's the other thing. I'll show you the Pegasi one. I think this is the best one to end on, actually. So remember how I told you really want to go on a date with Monica Lewinsky? This is another time he's trying to get Soon Yi in 2016. Another attempt. Who is Pegasi? I need to look that up. Now that the election is behind, why don't you ask Pegasi to bring Monica Lewinsky? Jeffrey really wants Soon Yi to get him hooked up with Monica. Which is weird because she's an adult now. And he doesn't like adults. Anyway. Any gay, that's our episode. I'm just going to stay here in the center, real low in the front seat. That was 2016, December 3rd, 2016. Now that the election had just ended a month before, and he's like, hey, get someone named Pegasi to hook me up with Monica. Jeffrey Epstein is obsessed with Monica Lewinsky and getting revenge on the Clintons. I want to know why. Why? Specifically Bill. With that said, thank you guys so much for being here. You are the absolute best. I am very fond of you all. And that's why we are going to end it with Marcus. God bless. God bless.
To war?
The aquatic light must be removed forever.
The aquatic life? No, Marcus. That's an entire ocean. Ow. What the hell are you doing? No, Marcus, go towards the island. We're not going out into the ocean. What are you doing? Marcus.
My head is on a swivel.
I'm just going to go out to the... I'm going to go to the island, dude. Good luck, Marcus.
Do I look okay from the other hand?
Oh, yeah, you look great.
I'm Marcus.
You are Marcus. That's true.
Come with me.
Where are we going? Okay, ladies, I'll be right back. Marcus needs me for a second. I'll be right back.
Little bitch baby.
Marcus, don't bully.
Stupid.
Don't bully him.
Stupid baby.
Marcus, bully him.
Baby.
He's just here to fish. We're all here to fish, Marcus. Don't bully him.
Stupid fishing outfit.
I'm not gonna lie, Joey. You look pretty stupid. He's right. I'm sorry, Joey.
I don't like this one.
Yeah, we know you don't like him, okay? But we got to deal with him. He's everywhere, okay? We see him everywhere.
I finally got a vacation day.
Yeah, we know, because we have a vacation day and you end up everywhere we do. Marcus, no. It's not worth it, man. Let's just go fish. Marcus, let's just go fish. Marcus.